All right, team. Good morning. How is everybody doing today? Let's see. Sorry, let me get this set up. What's up, guys? Whew, man. Secret says, good morning. I was watching CES. I don't want to focus on it much and miss the trades I should have made. I was hoping to long it at 630s, but it didn't dip that low. Yeah, I was looking at SES. Um, Not looking bad. Really strong day towards the end of the day on Friday. Really strong day towards the end of the day. And then this thing just started to rip up. Um, yeah, we'll see what happens with this one. Looks fun. We'll see. My main watch is SES, AMD, like always, INMD, INMD maybe. It's gapping up from 2430s to 2570s. We got UNG here. We got YNDX. And I gotta watch SLB here. It had a really strong day Friday. I might keep an eye on this one. We're also going to watch the overall market, obviously, in APHA, which is a cannabis stock, along with CGC, Cron, some of these other ones. And then the overall market, I believe, is down today. Yeah, the market is down slightly from 296.20s to 295.70. So it's down less, or it's down really right around $1, maybe 90 cents, I think, if I did the math right there. But yeah, that's what we see with that, at least so far. What's up, Paul? Good morning, man. What's up? What's up, Momo? What's up, brother? Alright. So I got these new... I've been getting headaches lately. It might be because I play too many games on my phone. But I have these... they're blue blocking glasses. And so I might use these today to see if they block the blue out. And I can see better and not get headaches. We'll see, though. But yeah, you can see the SPY's up. We'll start looking up some news in a little bit. What's everybody doing this morning, team? We also have a few other ones that I'm just now seeing, like Marvel, with relatively low volume here. We got RKDA, but again, pretty low volume. VNET. We got ACM, but no volume on that gap up either. And I mean, it's Columbus Day. My kids are home from school today. Fiat Chrysler, Lyft. But the volume's looking a little light. I might look at Lyft. Lyft doesn't look that bad either. Gapping up from 39.40s. Really run around 39.50 all the way to 40.10. So, yeah, I mean, that one doesn't look bad. It's gapping up like 60 cents or so. But looks interesting. We'll see what happens with it. It's gapping up at least. And then for gap downs, like I said, YNDX is gapping down here. Or actually, this one's gapping up now. Where was this one? I thought I saw this one on the gappers list, on the gap down list, but apparently YNDX is up. We'll watch it. It had a big gap down the other day, yeah. Look at this move. And so it's probably just a rebounding gap up the following day, but we'll see. I really doubt it is. AYOUB. I really doubt it is, man. I could check, but I doubt it is. Let's see where I'm at either. I'm going to take bigger sizing today. Not crazy size because it's a holiday, and I think the volume will be a little bit lighter. I For the longest time this weekend, I honestly thought the market was closed today. I didn't think the market was open. I was planning on uploading a video today instead, but apparently the market is open. I think the bond market is closed, but the stock market itself is open, I guess. And so we'll watch for good volume. We'll see what we get. My account's at $550, so I'm still well into the profit. But man, I'm still in this little limbo area. I've been here for months now. I can't break out of it. It's frustrating. What's up, Maestro? Here, let me check to see if this is tradable. Like I said, I doubt it is. It wasn't. I know I checked this one on Friday and it wasn't, and so I doubt they added it yet. Maybe they'll add it in the future, but for now it's not. Remember, team, to hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every weekday morning. You know, we're some of the only people that are not going to say that we're gurus or experts or anything like that, and we're not going to try to sell you a course. And so, you know, if you appreciate that, if you just want to watch somebody day trade live for free on stream and see what it's actually like, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every single weekday without missing days. And so, yeah, guys, hit the subscribe button if you can. Show your support for what we do here. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. I mean, SES still looks solid. As the winter months get closer and closer, like my plan this whole year is I'm going to save up, or I have saved up really some money to trade on some penny stock platforms that I could actually trade penny stocks. Now, where I'm going to go is a big question. I don't know if I'm going to go towards SureTrader, or if probably not, though. I'll probably end up doing like CME Group for penny stocks. Just because I do want to trade some penny stocks and get some penny stock trades on stream and on video for you guys. And it's been a while since I've traded penny stocks, so I might kind of get my feet wet. Of course, I'm going to stick with what generally works for me. And so I'm going to stick with more mid and high cap stocks on TAFs because that's what works for me. But I am going to throw some penny stock trades in the mix with just a small account, like 500 or 1,000 trades. And so I will be doing that next month. I made a video about it a while back. I'm specifically going to be trading the red to green move. You know, I'm specifically going to be trading that strategy. I think if you're trading penny stocks and specifically momentum-based strategies, I think that the ones that are going to work out the best are red to green moves a lot of the time. And I think those, if you scalp a washout long or a red to green move, I think they can be extremely profitable with penny stocks specifically. And so, but that's the only strategy that I really like with penny stocks. There's a few other ones, I'm sure, and I'm sure other people have some edge with some other strategies that I don't know about. But just in my opinion, I think the red to green move is going to be the one to attack. And again, I'm not going to be marrying those moves. I'm going to be more so just getting in and out very, very quickly, scalping it for 10 or 15 cents, depending on what the range of the stock is itself. So yeah, I got my hair cut, man. It was time to get my hair cut. My hair was too long. What's up, Tyrell? What's up, brother? Good morning, man. Drinking my coffee right now. I don't think there's any better smell than coffee in the morning. Alright, but yeah. Watching SES, we'll see. Generally, penny stocks start to move a little bit more as the winter months get closer and closer. And so that's what I'm going to try to do with penny stocks. Like I said, I'm still going to stick with TAFs and trading mid and high cap stocks like I always do, but just kind of on the side, I might experiment with some penny stock plays as well. Like I said, let me know what you're watching. I'm also watching Lyft, and so in turn, I'm going to watch Uber, I guess. Lyft had a pretty strong Friday as well. Here's Uber. Uber had a strong Friday too, so we'll watch that as well. What's up, gamer? What's up, brother? I'm good. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just hanging out, man. Just honestly, I didn't even know the market was open today until yesterday. I found out the market was open. I was planning on uploading a video today, but apparently the market's open, so I'm just gonna stream. Save me some work. But yeah. My advice though, like I'm gonna try to scale back up to larger sizing, but at the same time though, I do think that since today's a holiday, like I know my kids are home from school, and since today's a holiday, the volume might be a little bit lower than average, and so just be careful. if you're trading today. You know, there might not be that much liquidity in the market, and so just take it slow, wait for good setups, wait for good risk reward is my suggestion to everybody. Yeah, I thought it was closed today too, but apparently it's not, Daniel. Yeah, it's news to me as well, man. I looked it up yesterday. Apparently the bond market is closed today, but stocks specifically are open, so we're streaming. But like I said, I think liquidity is going to be down some today. We'll see. Looks like gold is up. Let's see, we got oil. Oil is down, gold is up. Drilling. Down some, maybe. Yeah, oil's down, gold up. I think gold's up. I know gold. And then AU. Yeah, most of the gold I see is up. I'll watch AMD as well, but again, a lot of times this just does what the market does. I see BYND on the gappers list. On the down gappers. FAST is another one I'm watching. This one had some nice VWAP bounces on Friday. Alright, team. But how about those Saints? How about the Saints, guys? Saints won. LSU won. How about LSU beating the Gators? Astros won their second game. So a good weekend. Cowboys lost. Alright, we got CRC. So yeah, I mean, we got some movement. Like if you're looking to trade and you're not using TEFs, SES is probably one of the best ones today. I think this is the stock that a large majority of people are going to have on their watch list today, and that the liquidity, at least in pre-market, is pretty solid for SES. And so that's at the top of my list, even though I can't trade it. It looks interesting. We'll see what happens with it, but at the top of my list right now. Maybe gonna look on Robinhood for some put options on some of those. Maybe. And then again, like I'll watch INMD. It needs some more volume though. Like this one's gapping up, but I've traded this one before, and the spread's generally pretty tough. Spread's generally pretty tough. Did you see what AMD did on Friday? It just kept going. That was a decent entry at mid VWAP. Oh, you're talking about my trade? Yeah, man. I mean, I think I got out, what, at like 75, 80 here? I got out somewhere around here, I think. I don't remember where I got out, but it was a nice little entry right here. And again, I mean, the way to trade it, looking at the chart now, would have been to take profits and then add my sizing back on this pullback to the VWAP. Like that's really kind of how you're supposed to approach it when a stock is maintaining a trend like this. Like the big thing you want to take from this whole chart here is that the stock maintained a trend, right? These are the stocks that work really well with VWAP strategies. These are the stocks that work really well with them, where if you look at where the VWAP is, like you can see the VWAP, the stock held the VWAP all day. And these are the stocks that do really well with VWAP bounces, and then if it's on the opposing side, VWAP fades. And you can see AMD held the VWAP all day. And so my entry, I think, on Friday was right here, I think. That was my entry. And then I wrote it up. I mean, I tried to be patient with it. I held it for like at least an hour, I think. But eventually I did get out of it. And the way to approach it would have been to add my sizing back on this bounce right here. Because you could see, I mean, all day that day, it just held the VWAP. Or maybe my entry was over here. No, that wasn't my entry. But you can see this thing had three nice little VWAP bounces. It had one here, where you could go long. It had another one here where you could go long, and then where I did go long. And then it had another one where I could have added back my size. But it is what it is. I mean, I took the trade. I just have to scale up. Like, the biggest problem with my trading last week I probably had more winning trades than I had losing trades. You know, and that's a funny statistic because it was a losing week. And I still probably had more winning trades than losing trades. Let's look. Like, we can look this up. I'm curious to see this as well. What my accuracy specifically was for last week. So let's look. I'll go ahead and import this from last week. Let me see. So the last trade I uploaded, you can see this here, was on the 10th of the month. It was on the 10th. So the last trade I uploaded is on the 10th right here. And so we're going to upload from the 11th onward and then look at what my accuracy was specifically last week. All right, here, if you guys want to see this, you guys can see it. 10 to 13. Now watch. Last week accuracy is just what we're going to name this. All right, so you saw me name it last week accuracy. Let me go over here just so you guys can see it. You go to import trades, choose file. We're going to go to last week accuracy right there. Upload. Not the best week, honestly. But again, I think I still probably had, yeah, I mean, I'm still about break even last week. Like, the last 3 days were tough. First 2 days were green. But let's look at the accuracy specifically from last week. So today's the 14th. So let's look at 7 to, yeah, 7. I mean, I did okay, but let me look. So this, my daily accuracy was definitely down. Yeah, so my accuracy was 57%. I had 8 winning trades and 6 losing trades. Can you guys see that? So yeah, like I thought, like that was my logic on it. That's what I thought happened, was that I actually had more winning trades than I did losing trades last week. My accuracy was 57%, almost 60%. And the issue here was sizing, right? If we look at my trades specifically here, the trades that I did well on were small size trades, you know. I took 800 shares. My largest share size of the week was a loss. You know, and then after that, what do you see? 200 shares, 400 shares, 600 shares, 100 shares, 200 shares. And so my green trades were with small size, and my red trades were with big size. And that's why I'm saying I need to just keep a consistent risk and a consistent sizing throughout all of it now, because that's a hole in my game that I see. Like, my accuracy is still above, like, in the last year, I've probably maintained over 50% accuracy the entire time. Maybe not the entire time. I'm sure I've had weeks where I kind of dipped below it. But for a large majority of the time for the last year consecutively, I've maintained an accuracy rate well over 50%. And even on my losing weeks, which is frustrating. And so it's just a hole I got to fix in my game. But hey, like I said, we're not experts or gurus here. You know, we just let people watch us. Mitch is going to be trading a new strategy, I believe, today. He's going to be trading we put out a video on it this past weekend on a moving average crossover strategy he's going to be getting involved with. So we'll see how that works out. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and start looking up some news here this morning, shall we? Like I said, what's everybody's main watch today? Let me fix this so I'm not looking like a cyborg anymore. There we go. What's everybody's main watch today? Alright, so first things first here. We can look at SES, which is the big mover. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's watching SES. Alright, so SES is up. Let's go ahead and read this. And this is from BZ Newswires, and it says, quote, this one's up after surging on Friday. So we'll look, really the way to check why this one's moving up, and I think we looked this one up on Friday as well, but we look at Thursday's news. What was Thursday? The 11th? Let me look at the date here. Or Friday was the 11th, so let's look at Friday's news. All right, so yeah, Synthesis Energy is going to acquire, or is to acquire Australian Future Energy, which caused stocks to go up. So SES said Thursday it would acquire 100% of Australian Future Energy Pty Limited, and also made an offer to acquire 100% of Batchfire Resources, owner of the Callide coal mine. It says, quote, under the terms of the deal, privately held Australian Future Energy will merge with a unit of subsidiary of Synthesis Energy and become a wholly owned subsidiary. So yeah, an acquisition. SES went around and bought a company, apparently, and that's why this one's pushing up some. And then it says Australian Future Energy holders will receive 1 share of SES Energy stock for each $24.44 shares of Australian Future Energy stock in the acquisition. And so yeah, this was an acquisition for SES, and it's just moving up because of the hype behind that. You know, this came out Thursday, and you can see even this morning in pre-market, SES is moving up some. I don't see anything else. Yeah, after Thursday acquisition news is what this is. So this one's still up after the Thursday acquisition news, and it's still running up. Had a green day Friday, a green pre-market Friday, a green market hours Friday, and then a green pre-market today. And so SES is moving here. I know, like I said, I think a large majority of traders are going to be watching that one specifically. So, all right, so that's number 1 here. We also have CTRM on this list of movers in pre-market, but CTRM is just up. This is my least favorite stocks to trade. Just low volume, boring, dull, not really doing too much here. We got Yuma, YUMA, boring here. INMD, which is up some with low volume, but this one's a little bit better. I just got to watch the spread. Again, I've traded this one before, and generally the spread is not super favorable. It's pretty big and just very difficult. Like, relative to the overall range of this stock, which isn't really huge, if the spread is big, it just completely throws off my risk reward in these trades. Appreciate the sub. Tristan, what's up, brother? Appreciate it, man. Yeah, guys, remember, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every weekday morning, so click the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every single weekday morning, going over news, talking about what's moving, and then we actually day trade the open. But yeah, I'll watch INMD. It's not my favorite one, though, but we'll see what we get with it. We also have ACM. We also have ACM. Gapping up some, but kind of a boring gap up here. I guess I can try to look up the news for this one, too, if they don't tell me what this one is. All right, so ACM is going to sell management services business for $2.4 billion. So it says, quote, and this is from BZ Newswires as well. It says, quote, ACM will sell its management services business to the affiliates of American Securities LLC and Lindsay Goldberg for $2.405 billion. The company also narrowed fiscal year 2019 EPS guidance from 260 to 290. From 260 up to 290 to 275 versus the 277 analyst estimates. ACOM expects fiscal 2019 adjusted EBITDA and adjusted EPS to approximate the midpoint of the company's prior guidance range, which would reflect approximately $940 million and $275 respectively. End quote. And again, that's from BZ Newswires. We'll see what happens with it. There's not really much volume to accompany it, and it's selling one of its businesses. So we'll see what happens with ACM. Not my favorite one, but we'll see what we get. We also have VNET. Just looking at anything that looks good here, and I'm not seeing much. DHT, CTRM. The rest of the gap ups are pretty dull. UNG looks okay. Let's see what UNG is. Apparently this is, what is this? This is a utility stock. What is it? Oh, it's the United States Natural Gas Fund. Ah, that makes sense. I thought gas was down. Maybe oil was down today. Let me look. What is gas at? Yeah, gas is down. I don't know why this is up. Is it inverse? I don't know. Who knows? All right, team. See, that's UNG. We'll come back to that and look at the overall market news with all the with all the commodities and stuff. Let me see what else we can find before that though, like gap down specifically. We got APHA cannabis stock gapping up some, but not really much action with it. We got YNDX there. There it is, YNDX. I'm pretty sure this is just a rebounding move. If you look at the previous chart here for YNDX, this thing just got absolutely hammered on Friday. You know, on Friday, this thing just got absolutely hammered, and even the day before that was red too. So, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this gap up now for YNDX this morning is just a rebounding gap up from a huge drop on Friday for YNDX. But we'll watch it regardless. It's volatile. We'll keep an eye on it. We also have, what else we get? Like I said, gold, AU, this is Anglo Gold, is up from 1958 to 2003. Sorry, I just had to say the years, to $20.03 for AU. We got WDC gapping up some, Western Digital, Fiat Chrysler here. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really seeing that much I really like after that. We'll see what we get, but gonna watch PCG. That one's been kind of volatile lately. Maybe keep an eye on it. It's just been crossing over and under the VWAP. And then, like I said, I'm gonna be watching AMD here. Probably moving just with the overall market, but I'm gonna watch it regardless. What else we get? SLB had a really strong day Friday. We'll keep an eye on that. And that's about it. Like I said, let me know if you got anything specific, team, that you want me to look at. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right, so yeah, we can look up the overall market news now. In the overall market news, let's see, I have this one, and this one came out at 7:50. So this one's actually probably one of the more recent ones. Futures point lower as China pushes for more talks before Phase 1 trade deal signing. And this is from MT Newswires. And so apparently China pushed for more talks before the Phase 1 trade deal signing. And futures are down. The active broad market exchange traded funds ahead of Monday's regular session. The SPY is down 0.2%. iShares EEM is down 0.2%. The GDX is up 0.4%. The XLF is down 0.4%. The VXX is up 0.6%. And broad market exchange traded funds were lower. And so yeah, and then it says, quote, U.S. stock futures were slipping into the negative territory in early pre-market trade as gains from last Friday, sparked by news of a partial trade deal that the U.S. and China will soon sign, dissipated on reports that Beijing wants more talks before a final partial trade deal can be sealed. According to a Bloomberg report which cited sources familiar with the matter, China plans to insist on more discussions to iron out the details of the so-called, quote, Phase 1 trade deal announced last Friday. The report said China was aiming for more trade talks at the end of October. Investors are also bracing for the start of the earnings season, with major financial firms JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Citibank reporting their financial results on Tuesday. No major economic data released scheduled for Monday, with some markets closed for Columbus Day. All right, so here's commodities. Like I wanted to look at, crude oil is down 2.2%. United States Oil Fund is down 2%. Natural gas was up 3.5%, and U.S. National Gas Fund was up 3.5%. Gold is up 0.7%. Spider Gold Trust was up 0.4%. Silver is up 0.4%, and iShares Silver Trust is up 0.6%. Healthcare is down 0.3%. And yeah, that's the market today, team. What's up, Mitch? Oh, there he is. Yo. Uh-oh. Mitch is coming to the dark side using Thinkorswim for charts. I see you. Yo. I see you over there, man, with your Thinkorswim up, man. I see you.
Yeah. I might switch over to TC 2000 this week sometime.
I mean, I see you.
But for right now, yeah, can't really use a basic platform for the strategy I want to use now. So,
Honestly,
I always use the tools that best work.
Honestly, Thinkorswim has some of the best charts in the game, in my opinion. Somebody asked us how to put moving averages on your charts here. But yeah, I mean, I love Thinkorswim charts. But I don't think they asked here. I think they asked me in the comment section this weekend.
Well, definitely. I mean, we can go over it if you'd like. It's really simple, guys. Thinkorswim does make it really easy. All you really got to do is just click on any chart, right-click on any chart, and you're going to be able to scroll down to the studies section. And in the studies section, you want to go to edit studies. And once you're in the edit studies, you're going to be able to see all the studies that Thinkorswim has to offer. I think it has at least over 100 or 200 indicators. So you can type in there moving average.
Yeah,
and you're gonna get all the different types of moving averages.
But yeah, man, it was a good weekend for all my sports teams for the most part. Except for the Astros. The Astros is kind of a coin flip. But what's up, Eagle? What's up, OPP?
Oof. Did they lose again last night?
Nope, they won.
They better have. They needed
it. You wanted them to lose, Mitch. Get out of here with that, man.
Not really.
After they beat your boys in Tampa, I mean, Astros need to go down.
I can just tell you straight up, brother.
They're not going to make it.
Anybody versus the Yankees, and I go for them.
Yeah. Honestly, the Yankees look super deadly this year, man.
Anybody versus a New York team, I'm against.
Well, they're just balling. They're balling over there in New York. They're balling even relative to Houston over here. They're just balling, man.
I can't even say that.
Huh?
I can't even be objective and say that.
I mean,
that's how much I hate New York.
Yeah. They're just balling over there, man. They got money. Like they that's what it is. The Yankees,
always had money.
Richest team ever. You know.
Richest team ever. I still remember under $20 million Marlins team shutting up the whole Yankee Stadium, where you could hear a pencil drop.
There he is. There's Michael. Hey, Michael, you were the one that asked me about the moving average. No, actually, it was a different Michael. My bad, man. We got all these Michaels in chat. It was a different Michael. My bad, bro. But yeah, man.
Yeah, but it's really easy, guys. You go in the study and you'll see the moving averages. There's different moving averages. There's exponential. There's simple. There's daily. You can even use weighted. You can use moving averages to lines. There's so many different studies, guys. One of the cool things that also Thinkorswim has is it has a little question mark next to every study. If you want to do a little bit more research into the study, it has a lot of research there already placed for you so that you can kind of understand the indicator and know how to use it.
Yep. And remember, team, we already got 170 people in here. Hit the subscribe button. We go live every single weekday morning for free on YouTube. And we day trade live. Like I said, last week I actually had more winning trades than I did losing trades. But I was still down on the week because of inconsistent share sizing and risk. And so that's my big hole in the game I need to kind of fix this week is I need to use a consistent sizing. Like I said, my accuracy was almost 60% last week. I had 8 winning trades and 6 losing trades. But even in gross profits, it was still a losing week because, again, I was inconsistent with my share sizing. That's what I need to work on this week. I'm going to be trading at least 500 shares or more most of the time this whole week, and just going to try to stick with it. I have enough profit to take that swing and to really go for it, and so we'll see what we get. Hopefully we get some liquidity today, but that's kind of what I'm sitting at now. But again, guys, if you want to watch to see how I do, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every single weekday morning, team. Get out of here, man, with the 49ers, man. Get out of here with that, man. Saints is about to win everything, man. with their backup QB, man, they're about to win everything, man. You know, we don't need Breeze. I mean, we need Breeze, but Bridgewater's running things, man. Undefeated since Breeze got injured. You know, we're definitely gonna win the division. But what's up, Ben? What's up, Anonymous? We used to have a guy in here. I'd always call him Hip Hop Anonymous from Big Daddy, but I don't know what happened to him. All right, team. But yeah, I'll probably keep the screen more on Mitch today since Mitch is going to be trading new strategies and stuff. I'll probably keep it on mostly Mitch today, but
Yeah, and just to let you guys know, my strategy is going to be a little bit more of a strategy that needs to develop. So don't expect immediate trades out the open, guys. This is a strategy that needs a pattern breakdown, a reversal. We're looking for strong reversals. So we're looking for either stocks that look complete bullish in pre-market and then swing to the bear side, or we're going to do looking for the opposite, for a stock to completely open up bullish or completely show up bearish in the pre-market and flip to the bullish side. Really today, some of the stocks, I'm going to try to keep it simple. Watch some of the major movers that we have in the penny stock game, and then watch kind of the tech stocks and stocks that have been moving big. One of the biggest keys that you can use when you're trading a moving average strategy is going to be using a bigger time frame to see a big move, because if you're not trading within a big move, then you're not really going to be using the moving average to its best ability. Moving averages are best traded when you're trading a bigger range. So you want to attack when it breaks out of a range or breaks down a range versus it just trading within the consolidation. That's how you can get fake outs within a moving average strategy, and that's what we're going to try to avoid. We're going to wait for the complete breakout or breakdown and then look to see the crossover happen there, not beforehand. And that's the real key, I think, of the moving average trade here, is going to be waiting and being patient, guys, for it to break or break down that pattern, and then we can attack the strategy.
Yep. I mean, I've had some solid results for moving average strategies too. Like I remember, I traded the moving average scalp, and I traded it paper like every day for like a few weeks, and it was definitely accurate more than it wasn't. On AMD, I remember I kept it on AMD specifically, and I traded. I can't remember what the exact dimensions of the moving averages were. I know one of them was an EMA, and the other one was a simple moving average. But scalping it for like a 5 to 10 cent move on AMD worked really, really well. But again, I mean, I just stick with fades because that's what I've done for so long. But I do remember that one worked really, really well.
So with my time frames that I'm using, guys, I'm using a really short measurement, an intermediate measurement, and a long-term measurement. These are the same kind of strategies that what a MACD does. If you guys don't know what a MACD is, it's an indicator that shows 3 exponential moving averages and then gives you an indicator line.
Yeah, it basically
that's
stands,
what you guys are going to see.
It stands for moving average crossover is what MACD stands for. Or maybe it's like moving average convergence or something like that, actually.
Yeah, crossover divergence.
Yeah, that's what it said. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty much kind of the crossover, guys. It's the crossover that happens on the pattern, but what it's doing, it's just taking that time frame.
Yep. Yeah, it's actually moving average convergence divergence.
Yeah,
man.
So it just means like either kind of breaking in, getting tighter, or breaking out of it and getting farther away. And that's what we're trying to measure here, guys. So I've actually set up my MACD correctly to the moving averages that I'm using, you don't have to use a MACD. But what I'm using the MACD for is to kind of have my patience. One of the biggest things is, like I told you guys, we need to see the breakout. And this is how I'm going to use this. I want to see it completely kind of doing a swing of trend. And the swing of trends is really what is going to help us get our profit.
Hey Mitch, man, you should make one of them yellow and have like an LSU theme, bro. You know you want to, man.
Whoa, yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow mellow.
Or gold, I should say. You should have purple and gold up in there, man. Have an LSU
Yeah,
theme. Do it.
the colors things I haven't got down packed for sure. I don't like the colors too much. They don't have the
Thinkorswim.
best. You got to make your own colors.
Well, they got different ones, man. Like go to you can change the theme. I think the ones I use the I actually think mine is called old school Chinese. Is what I think this one is. It's something like that. Is my theme here. But hold it down, Mitch. I'll be right back. I'm gonna throw you up while I go handle something. So I'll be
All
right
right,
back.
no stress.
Okay.
Just gonna look at some colors here. All right, let's see what we got here.
Let me get this so they can actually see you.
Not sources, properties.
There we go.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, that's gonna be the best ones. Just because I don't want to use green or yellow, because yellow I've used for my VWAP, and I don't want to get confused that that's the
Yeah.
VWAP.
Right.
And I know my brain; it's automatically gonna assume it's VWAP. All right, guys. So, well, let's take a look at some of these stocks. Maybe we can even take a look at a crossover that's happened before, guys. Uh, So one of the crossovers I saw happen on Friday. I don't know if you guys can see my screen well right now. Let me know in the chat if you guys can see this well. If not, I can put it on one chart. So this is kind of a flip that we saw here. A breakout happened on Nvidia. Nvidia did that crossover right here. So we're going to be keeping an eye on these guys. What we really want to see is a complete flip over through the 50. So something like this, where a long pattern becomes a short pattern, and that's what we're really trying to see. So really today, what we need to see is kind of that flip down. So in NVIDIA, we would want to see a crackdown through the 185, and then the 90 MA getting above the 50 and swinging right back down below the 185 here. Am I changing strategies? Daily. I don't think this is going to be maybe forever, but just wanted to try something new. Kind of been in a little bit of a rut and wanted to get out of a rut and going to trade a little smaller. Just going to try to change things up, trade something different for a little bit, and then come back to what my bread and butter is. I'm pretty sure I still will sometimes take a trade based on the VWAP. That's just because that's what I know the best. But I'm really trying to attack this new strategy, show you guys how we can attack a new strategy and practice on execution today, guys. So today is really not going to be about kind of making big gains, but more executing that strategy. So this is when you guys got to practice. This is kind of the approach you want to be taking if you're a brand new trader. And that's the approach I'm taking today, guys. I'm taking the strategy, and I'm not trying to make big gains here. I'm trying to execute the strategy and that I can look back at it and be like, boom, that's how I want to trade it. I can trade it like that every single time, and I can be satisfied with my execution of trading. All right, what's going on, Eagle Quest? How we doing? How we doing? Some of the stocks today are going to be stocks that have some upgrades. There's a couple stocks that have some upgrades and downgrades. Let me see the gappers list, see if there's anything to point out. You know, we got SES. SES, one of the top movers for sure. You guys can see that the 50 The 50 in SES is definitely holding. Let me see. Let me make this a one chart. So maybe you guys can see a little bit better here. There you go. That should help us see. Okay, guys. So you guys are going to see the SES move here, guys. So what I'm seeing here at least is 3 attempts to run up and a breakout. So we're getting that one run up here, that second run up, that third run up really broke through that resistance there at 950, really broke out there to 1050 probably right now. I see it pushing there 1027. So should probably make it up to 1050 here and then probably pull back again. What we're going to look to see is if it can hold this high here. 874 is going to be very vital for this stock, and we're going to see if it can hold that 874. If it holds that level, I think that it can still be a bullish stock. If it breaks through that, that's when I'll be looking to trade this kind of on the flip of the moving average. It's definitely a hot stock to watch for today.
It's not tradable for us.
Well, just for traders out there.
Yep. Yeah, it's up to 1050. It looks interesting though. It's starting to break out. Let's see.
Trying to see if there's anything else. It's really not that active of a morning, guys.
No, it's kind of dull. I mean, IMRN, somebody just mentioned that one, and that one doesn't look bad. I don't think that one's probably tradable. A lot of these are just low liquidity up until today.
There you go, guys. I got one that I'm putting on my watch list here, guys. This is kind of a simple one, CRWD. So this is what I kind of want to see, guys. This is a daily chart that's been getting hit, what we call a dog. A dog meaning that it keeps getting hit on the daily chart, keeps coming down. But this one has gotten some analysts to start saying that they'll upgrade it at this pricing and that they could see it come back in the 60s. So this is what I'll keep an eye on for, guys. Something like this that's very bearish on the pre-market. And now we want to see the 9 EMA kind of switch through the 50 EMA and get back above there, break out through this range. Somewhere above 57s, I can see this trade becoming a long. So a reversal of the trend. That's what we're trying to see, guys.
CRWD. Yeah, I can see that.
So you got a downtrend. We're going to look for it to flip above, get volume, and really get some push up there. Maybe it gets up there to 58 or 58.50s today.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see what we get today. I think the liquidity might be a little slow just because of the holiday, but I'm sure we'll still have a few things to kind of check out. Remember, team, to hit that subscribe button. We do go live every single weekday morning for free on YouTube. Day Trading the Open, allowing you to watch us. And so it should be a fun morning. Like I said, I'm going to try to use at least 500 shares or more this week because, again, last week I actually had almost 60% accuracy. I had more winning trades than losing trades last week, but because my share size was inconsistent, it was still slightly a losing week. And so that's what we're moving on today. I've been kind of in this purgatory of break even, kind of in limbo of just going up a few hundred, going down a few hundred. I'm at like 550 in this account, and so I'm still well into the profits, but I just haven't been able to really break past my goal was $1,000 in profit. Still not there yet. Still have a little bit ways to go. But yeah, we'll see what we get. Like I said, I think part of that is just keeping with the consistent size. And, we'll see what we get with that. One to watch today that might be interesting, and that's pretty volatile, is YNDX. This one had a huge drop last week from 35.50s all the way down to 28.90s, and then now it's gapping up in pre-market this morning. Like I said earlier, though, I'm pretty sure it's just a rebounding gap up from just getting hammered so hard last week, and now it's back up to 30.85. So we'll see what we get with that one.
All right, there's an upgrade on WDC. WDC is one to watch, bigger stock. That's Western Digital Corp.
But yeah, I'm wearing these blue blocking glasses now. Like I said, I've had a headache lately, so I think it probably has to do with all the screens. And so I'm wearing these glasses to see if they help today. Honestly, they've been a little bit better. I haven't had a headache yet. It also might be because I play Madden. I play Madden on my phone a lot, and so that could be where the headache comes from.
I play FIFA.
Yeah, man. Hey, Matt, it's so addicting, man. I'll be sitting there like,
I haven't played it for the
running
phone. I
plays,
gotta
man.
check it out.
Yeah, it's
Gotta
nice,
check
man.
it out.
They have like an online multiplayer mode called Overdrive in Madden where you can like compete against others and you can like join leagues.
There
And
you
so I'm
go.
like in there. I'm in there with the Saints, running it on people, man. But all
All
right.
right, guys. What else we see up there? I see Workhorse up there. You can take a look at that one. That's a down capper. I'll take a look on that one. This one's holding 350s really well on the daily chart. Would like to see it flip down below 350s. That's the only way to trade this one.
X is U.S. Steel.
Yeah, really choppy for Workhorse. You would want to see it really get some momentum.
Which one? Workhorse is WORK.
Yeah. What do you think of
It's
Stadia,
not
man?
bad. Think of what?
Stadia, that Google thing that's coming out, the Google game system.
Oh, I haven't heard it. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
it's
man.
competing with Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, it's coming out in November.
Hmm.
We're kind of getting near the opening of it.
Oh, it's a cloud gaming service, which I've actually heard of cloud gaming, and I think they already have stuff like this out there right now, which basically instead of having to buy like an expensive PC, you can instead just lock onto people's clouds and play like from anywhere with any type of device. Like I can play like super high quality games from my phone, like the best computer games in the world from my phone. And so there are already stuff like that out, but if Google's making one, it should be interesting. I don't think it's more so going to affect like Xbox and PlayStation. I think it's more so going to affect the PC market because people aren't going to need as high quality PCs um, uh, with something like this coming out, And so I think the PC market is going to be much more affected than like conventional gaming. I think, but who knows?
I don't know. It's definitely interesting. I mean, one of the things that I can at least focus on is that this has Google behind it. I don't think Google's failed at many projects.
The Google Glass has failed. They failed at a few stuff.
Eh,
Google Fiber has failed. Like Google Fiber's failed. That's why they stopped expanding because they didn't make enough money with it. So they
Well,
failed.
too expensive, too expensive. But I think it definitely has a strong backing.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's gonna last. I mean, no one's sure. It hasn't even come out yet.
Right.
So
I think it's going to be bad for the computer market that Google is making something like a cloud gaming service, and I think the future of that technology is going to be bad for certain games. There are certain computer games, certain graphics chips, because people don't need those graphic chips anymore. I can't remember what it's called, but they already have a technology like that that's out. Where it's like instead of paying for like an expensive computer, you can pay a subscription fee for their cloud gaming service and play games like Fortnite and all this stuff from other people's clouds remotely. And so I think that
all right.
technology is very interesting.
All right, traders, if you guys want to go ahead, I'm gonna put up a link before the market starts, just so you guys can, after you guys see the video or kind of the strategy that I'm trading today. I mean, I know not everyone has seen this, so uh, just so you guys see the difference and why I'm trading a different strategy. If you guys are just joining us, we'll be trading a moving average strategy today. Put out a video over this weekend about it. So if you guys haven't taken a look, this will be the strategy and why I'm trading it, guys.
Yep. Yeah, go check that out, guys. But yeah, guys, remember to hit the subscribe button as well. We got the open in 3 minutes. Let's do this. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, guys. We go live every weekday morning for free on YouTube. And so remember, if you want to watch what it's actually like day trading the market, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications, show your support for what we do here. Like I said, we're one of the only ones that don't sell a course, and so we just let you watch this day trade live for free. We do have classes and courses, but we upload all of that for free, and you can find all of that stuff for free on our YouTube channel. And so hit the subscribe button if you appreciate that. We got 3 minutes, team. A little bit less,
Yep.
actually.
Hey, a little challenge here, guys. Let me see that. Let me see that like button move up here, guys. Everybody smash on that like. Let's see it.
Yep,
Let's see it start moving there.
that's right. Let's try to get what's a good goal of likes today? What, 75? I think 75 is about right. We could try for 100. 100, we might be able to get 100, but I think 75 is a reasonable goal. I have one monitor that I trade with. It's a 55-inch Samsung TV. I have 10 charts on top, one big chart at the middle, a scanner to my right, and your YouTube on the left. Hey, that's the way to do it. I should get a big TV. Yeah, I got a 27-inch, 34-inch ultra wide. So y'all are looking at the 34-inch ultra wide, but on my right I have the chat and the YouTube, and on the left I have it's kind of how I like run through the scanner and like look at other stuff. So but I got plenty of room here. I really have too much room. Like this entire screen on my left doesn't have anything on it. But on my right side, I have about 12 more charts aside from these two. But all right, team, here we go. Here's the bell. My bad, I'm wrong. The bell's not for another minute. We got one more minute. I was looking. I saw 50, and I was like, okay, we got 10 seconds. But nope. But yeah, today my main watches realistically, team, are AMD, APHA, and APHA YNDX, and what's the other one I was watching? And UNG for oil, maybe CRWD as well. So that's 5. So AMD, CRWD, YNDX, UNG, and APHA. They're my main watches today. And again, APHA cannabis stock. Gapping up a little bit. I'm going to watch the overall cannabis market. It's been getting hammered lately, though. It's been dropping a ton lately. So we'll see. Depending on what the overall market gives us, though, like, if the market's bullish, I might take some VWAP bounces instead. But here we go, guys. All right, now this is the right one. 5 seconds, team. 5 seconds. Let's do this. We got 5 seconds. Good luck, guys. Here's the bell. All right, there it is. Okay, so right off the bat here, let's look at what the overall market does today. So, market's pretty dull right now. Well, wait. We got AMD dropping down, testing the lows of pre-market. So, AMD dropped down. McDonald's, Activision. $0.50 seems long for day trading, Steve.
Well, not 50 cents. He's saying the 50 moving average.
Oh.
So it is.
Well, when you combine them, well, that's why it's a longer term trade, right? So it's kind of like the longer term moving average, the longer term your trade should be. You know, honestly though, I'm not a moving average guy, but so Mitch can clarify.
So one of the key things here, guys, is this is going to be much more of a scalping strategy. So what we're doing here is we're using a short term inside a long term signal. That's really what it is, guys. It's a short term trade once a long term signals it short or bull. That's the 50. The 50 is giving us that signal if it's really bullish or bearish. And then the crossover is giving us a signal that there should be a short time move in that direction. That's really the trade.
I forgot to put this up. I forgot to put all this up. My bad, team. All right, there we go. That should be better. All right, guys. AMD bouncing back here.
All right, guys. So we have a huge gap down here for MIK. MIK gap down to 940s at the open. I'm looking to see the reversal to see if it's going to break 10 today. And then we'll see that 9 EMA crossover. But other than that, I'm still looking and just going to take my time. CRWD looking strong.
Yeah, appreciate it, Ymir.
I'm going to be watching, guys. Yep. This is one I'm going to be watching for the crossover breakout, guys.
Which one?
CRWD.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know. I'll throw you up if you start to get in one.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit to develop. It needs to pop up and then start holding here down at 56.
Look at APHA just get hammered here, team. AMD's right at the VWAP. I want to wait a little while, though. I'm not going to attack it within the first 5. But look at APHA just get hammered here. Down from 470s down to 450s. Man.
All right, where I'm seeing a trend reversal right now, and the crossover happening immediately out the open would be a stock like MU. MU's already did it, but it did it right out the open. So I don't want to attack those. Those are a little bit too risky because it could just be a 10, 20 cent pop-up.
Right.
But you are getting the crossover there. That's the kind of stock you want to see is a quick, a big move. Big moves are going to be better for moving averages.
CGC is ripping. Yeah, I'm watching. It's interesting because like CGC is ripping up, and then APHA is down. And so they're both cannabis stocks. I think APHA might be more in the CBD market, but they're both cannabis stocks. So I guess I could use a risk of 73 if I get in here at 66. My risk is what, 9 cents? Or wait, my math might be off. No, 7 cents. Sorry. Yeah, so maybe that's not bad for APHA with the risk of here. See if we get some confirmation there.
OSTK looking good also. We're getting a good bounce in there.
And I like this one for APHA because this is the previous day's close up here. So we're going to have that resistance there as well for it.
Yes. All right, guys. So far, the one that's looking like it's closest to our strategy right now is OSTK.
AMD faded beautifully. Just a little bit too early for me. It was in the first 3 minutes.
All right.
IMD down there.
OSTK just starting to break through on the 9 over the cross, but I think it's going to pull back here. Let's see if it breaks out through the pattern and gets out there. Also CRWD getting up there too. I'm going to keep a close eye on both of those. They're developing and hitting the resistance. That's what we want to see. A bearish stock that's hitting the resistance.
Yeah, I just threw you up so people can kind of see it since you're doing the new strat today.
Yep, let me change this one. I'm watching it on another one. I can switch over. Here you go. And so this is what we see, guys. This is a bearish pattern and now breaking above it and the crossover happening right here. Okay, so now we could watch for a pullback towards the 80s or the 70s, and your risk needs to be a 1-to-1 or 1-to-1.5 trade, always, no matter what.
All right, if AMD can get up to 61, I'll take it with 500 shares with a risk of 68. The risk of 68, so my risk is about 7 cents on that one. Oh, APHA is getting up there now. I like APHA a little bit more here. So, let's see, my risk is from 64 up to 73, so it's a little bit less than 10 cents. So we get a little
All right, guys, we'll keep a close eye on CRWD as that one's starting to tip back up towards the 50. But right now we had gotten a crossover on OSTK. We're looking for a pullback kind of in this area to 1074s, 1075, so we can risk to the breakdown of that, which is 1065.
Mitch is using right now the 5-minute time frame.
Yes, 5-minute time frame is this trade, guys. I don't want to be on the 1 minute because it's going to give me too many fake outs on the moving average.
Right. And if you're wondering what I'm looking at, APHA for a fade, if it can get up to like 63s, it's at 59 and 60 on the bid and ask. And so we're going to wait to see if we can get up there, but we need a little bit higher here before I take it.
All right, guys, on the downside, I'm starting to see a breakdown of Nike, but it would need to bounce here and completely flip through on the crossover. Not getting that pullback here in OSTK that we needed, really. It just went back to 76 for a second there. Maybe could have taken 77s, but was looking for 75 pullback.
SPY is pulling back here, reversing, breaking under the VWAP. So the SPY is down to 295.70s after being somewhat bullish for a lot of this morning.
All right, guys. So at least we're seeing the strategy work out there. Maybe got a little picky by 1 cent, not getting that 1076. But this is the strategy here, right here, guys. The breakout through the pattern, the pullback to the pattern. You can get in that area. You're going to risk off of the bottom where the crossover happened, which in this case would be 1065s. Or if you wanted to be bigger and look for a 20-cent move.
Zoom in a little bit right there so they could see it a little bit better. Yeah.
If you guys wanted to kind of go for that bigger move, you can go for the 1050. I say that 1075 here, 1065. Once it breaks out through this 1080, it broke out and it pulled back in this area. That's where you want to take it. Somewhere in this area where you can risk off where the breakout happened, where the cross out happened. And you see all three of them cross. That's what I want to see. I want to see the 9 go from the top to the bottom and then break out through that 50. That gave us that signal that the strength came into the stock, and you're seeing it blow up there to 1098s. Right there, that's already the 10-cent trade and the 1.5 trade. All right, guys, so missed entry on that one. Just going to let it go. And at least we saw the strategy there. Trying to be good on the execution of this, but it's a brand new strategy, guys, so just got to focus in.
Yeah, I was waiting for APHA. Never got my entry there.
All right, looks like looks like we could get it in CRWD. I'm expecting a pullback right back down, and we need to see this 90 MA start getting, the 50 is going to come back down when it pulls back, and then we'll look for the crossover. You guys see any stock that's trending really big in one area, let me know.
AMD's trending down.
MU actually is crossing over again.
All right, so if AMD pulls back to 56, I could probably risk off of 62 or 66. Kind of what I'm looking at here for AMD. But it's got to bounce up there. That's a big if. APHA actually faded. I just didn't get the entry, unfortunately. So I'm just going to be patient and wait for these. SPY bouncing back a little bit here. There goes APHA. Would have been a nice one, but no stress either way. YUMA. Yeah, YUMA is ripping up here. I don't think it's tradable for me, but it looks solid. It's maintaining a bullish trend. I like it if it pulls back to like 388 there, but like I said, I probably can't trade that one, so we're looking at other ones. Yeah, that one's not tradable for me.
All right, guys, gonna see if Nike's gonna make a move up here to 94.55s, fail there to break out, and then break down through the 94.20s. There's CGC breaking down big there, guys. Someone called it out in the chat today. CGC in play today. Definitely right. You know, cannabis stocks have some good news to come out here on the 17th. So I think they're doing a pullback, trying to get some investors down here, and maybe a potential bounce back at the 17th when we get the Canada news to come out.
Yeah, I'll look at Cron. If Cron can pull back to 776, I might look at it with a risk of like 780, maybe 781. So small risk. Looking at AMD too. If it can get up to 55, I might risk off of 62. Just being patient, waiting for some of these moves. Like I said, I'm a little bit worried about the liquidity today, but the SPY's moving some. It's down, but the SPY's moving at least, so that's good. APHA's back down to where I would have taken profits, unfortunately, but just missed that one. Cron range isn't that bad. 75, 80 risk. So I could do that about 5-cent risk. Over 10-cent reward for Cron. That one doesn't look bad. Cron, I'm looking at 75s. I liked APHA much more though, just because I could use the previous day's closing price as my risk. I don't mind CGC here or AMD because AMD's got a lot of support above it too at 63. And let me look at where Cron is. Cron, previous closing price is a little bit farther up though. We just gotta wait for those pullbacks. SPY's at the VWAP though, might be squeezing up here. Oh yeah, my bad, man. I forgot. So here, I'll just do this like I did last time. My bad, bro. Here you go. Here's the VWAP fade scanner. Right now, the only one I wanted is CEI. There's not much. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. I'm not really seeing many pullbacks to the VWAP quite yet or break underneath the VWAP. AMD squeezing up here. It's at 50s. But the only issue is the way the SPY is acting right now. Like the SPY just squeezed up to 296. Not terrible, but not great either. Just depends. There's 49s, 48s. I might be able to start scaling into AMD here with like 200 shares. I don't want to miss the move. And I could take a small position here and just try to add up to about 500 to 700 shares up to 53. And then have a little bit of a trade if it doesn't work out. But like I said, I really wanted 53 here for AMD. So we'll give it some time. But with this market just completely diving back the other way, I guess this was okay for me to jump in. It's just never got the entry. And if it works out, maybe it's like a little $20 win or so. Yeah, SPY just completely got reversed right at the VWAP. Just got rejected right there. 295.80s here.
All right, sorry about that. The coffee got to me. I'm back.
That's my life.
Yeah, normally a little earlier, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
All right, so like I said, I'm in AMD with 200 shares here. Small
There you
position. Gonna add to it if it gets up to the VWAP though. There's 50s, not looking bad. We get 51s there, but for a split second. All right, I'm gonna add another 200 here. So I'm in with 200 shares, or 400 shares, sorry. Gonna add another 200 lot right up here where we're at. Maybe another 100 shares here to get the full. There we go.
Nice.
All right, so I'm in with 500 shares. Relatively small trade relative to the range here, and so we'll see if this can work here. I guess I'll throw myself up while you're waiting. Just let me know if once you jump in anything.
Will do, man. Just gotta watch patterns.
Here we go.
All right, guys, expecting a pullback here in CRWD to the 5650s, and then we want to see the lift off.
So yeah, like I said, I'm in with 500 shares of AMD here. Not a huge trade by any means, but not bad here. I like this rejection. We'll just see if it follows through. '50s, '49s, '51s. '52s, '53s. I gotta watch the SPY. What's the SPY doing? Oh, the SPY completely reversed. That's probably not good. Gotta be ready to get out of here. I can let it test, but with the SPY bouncing immediately back up like that, I don't like this for me. So I'm gonna get ready to get out. Maybe get faked out here, but I gotta get ready to exit this one.
Nike looking strong, guys. Nike looking strong.
Hopefully the VWAP holds right here, but again, the market just kind of ripped up, and so that's never generally a good thing for me in AMD. So we're going to watch it very closely here. See if we get it rejected under the VWAP, but again, keep it pretty tight here. I don't want to get super squeezed up with the market running up like it is. And I like this 500 share size. It's not enough to really make me super nervous, but it's not small either. And if it works out, it'll be solid. But if it goes against me, it might be like a small loss. All right, so here's where I got to start looking at exiting the trade. Again, market's ripping up. Don't want to get caught in a really bullish move in the market. But I do like the resistance it's building up here. There's 51s, 50s. I can take my hand off now. It looks good for a fade. AMD does look good. It's just we got to watch for a rip up here up to like over 56. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look... the market looks like it's not super favorable for it, if that makes sense. And so you can kind of see like the market's moving up, and this one's kind of having some indecision, probably from people looking at the overall market as well. But again, we're going to let it test and work here. Yeah, there's the rip up, which is what I was really kind of worried about. Unless we get a rejection here, I just got to jump out. Because it's trying to push up, and you can see the market's moving up with it, though. Like, that's the problem. I'm going to get out here. I can just see the market start to rip up, and I don't want to get caught in that. So less than $30 loss on this one. Again, maybe I got out a little bit too soon because this might hold as resistance, but I think the market ripping up like it is just not something I'd necessarily want to toy with right now. We'll see if it was the right move or not, but I kept it small, and I live to fight another day. Really, it's probably the worst type of advice I could get for fades, and if the market, it was probably the worst thing I could do for fades is getting out right here. But if you look at the market's ripping up to 296.20, and so I think I do have to take that into consideration and just understand the influence that that's going to have. Maybe I'll jump back in it, and like I said, I kept it so small that I'm not really worried about this either way. Like, I don't mind jumping back in it if it does start to go my way for like a VWAP fake out fade. But again, we're gonna watch it closely here, and we're gonna let the market. We're watching the market. We also have Cron up there too. Yeah, I was aiming for about 29.38 right here. You know, with the risk level from like, with the risk level I gave myself, it wasn't bad. Again, like I'll look for a fake out fade now for AMD. But the reason I really got out of it was from the market. You know, if we look at the market, I just jumped out because the market was squeezing up.
All right, guys. Might see the swing happen in square. Watching that one also. That one's on a bullish to breakout.
It hurts. I got faked out. And I let my emotions get the best of me here. I'm going to add 200 here. Or I added 400 back, I guess. Man, I feel like this is the wrong move.
Just stick to your plan, man.
Yeah.
Just stick to your plan. Your plan's starting to change all over the place.
Yeah, man. I can see it. Like I said, I'm gonna stick with the risk I originally gave myself, which is up here at 60. And if I get stopped out, it's okay. Like I said, I can see myself. I shouldn't have gotten out there. So this is what happened. I shouldn't have gotten out where I did. And I even said, like, this is not the right place to get out. But I got out there anyway because I was watching the SPY, right? But since I got out there and it immediately dropped back down, I can see that that is noticeably frustrating myself to where I immediately jumped back in. And maybe I should have just let it go and look for other fades. But again, that's kind of what happened here. And I can recognize that error on my end, which is that, like, I got faked out. I let the frustration from getting faked out basically push me to get back in. And now it's working out, which is great. But still frustrating, you know? Yeah, 100%. It's just the emotion from it. And I can acknowledge that and, like, see it. You know what I mean?
Nice. All right. Let's see if we can get a bounce in that.
Luckily, I kept it small, though. And I think 500 shares, 400 or 500 shares is fine. But like I said, I like this 400 share position size because I think it's big enough to get a reasonable gain. You in anything, bro?
No, not yet, man.
Okay.
Looking for crossovers. Haven't
Yeah.
seen many. Saw one in pre-market that happened in BBY, but that was pre-market. Can't attack that.
Yeah, I know. I know, Heath. Like I said, I can recognize immediately what I did wrong here. Usually, like the plan here, like this is the risk I originally gave myself was 29.60. I got out right where I shouldn't have. I should have let it test this 29.55 level 100%, is what I should have done. But it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not an expert or a guru here. Mistakes happen, you know.
All right, one that I'm watching, guys, to see if it's gonna do the crossover is Cat. Cat and DE. They're both hanging down at the bottom of a bear flag or bear pennant. We need to see them reverse completely and break through resistance with big volume, and the crossover happen here.
All right, so we're getting a squeeze back up here. This is where I would generally add back to it on this move up. But again, the quickness of this squeeze is a little concerning, I guess. So I would add back, but I'm not going to if it squeezes up too much. We'll see if we get a rejection here, but look at APHA. Maybe I should have stuck with APHA today.
Yeah, cannabis stocks definitely going down.
Yeah, man. Yeah, look at APHA. That thing faded twice in a row. Looked really solid.
I took my VWAP line off, so I can't see them.
Yeah, it faded really good, man. It faded really solid.
If not, I'll take it. All right, guys. MIK breaking down there, guys. Breaking through the low there, 930s. You guys can watch that one for maybe later fades.
And look at Kron, man. I was looking at Kron too for a fade.
All right, guys. The two that I'm looking at closely right now are CRWD and SQ. The other thing is the SPY has been stuck in an hourly chart. It hasn't
Yeah.
broken out the range of the hourly. I want to see the SPY start choosing a direction also.
Yeah, it's just sideways, man. It's going up to the highs, back down to the lows, up to the highs, just
Yep.
sideways, unfortunately.
Sideways. All right, guys. We're starting to get that move up here in square here, guys. We're going to see if we're going to get the crossover right now.
All right, here's the test of that resistance this time. I'll let it test this time instead of just getting out scared like last time. But if it breaks here, yeah, I got to get out. $60 loss on the day, still keeping it very, very small. It wouldn't have worked anyway. And like I said, I think that second entry was just frustration. I think it was. But I can acknowledge it about myself. It is what it is, you know.
All right, guys. A good example of a fake out of this pattern is happened on CRWD there. A lot of people would have got long as it broke through the resistance, but the real key is we never got the crossover of the 9 through the 50. The only thing we got is a fake out with the 9 through the 20. So remember, we need to see that complete crossover. All right, guys, starting to get it here in square. Let's see if we can get the crossover and the breakout here. 62. There's 6,000 shares added there at 61.86.
Ray Ray. What's up, Ray Ray?
That's all I see is Ray Ray.
What's up, Ray Ray? Because my account costs less than 9,000. I mean, what do you consider a small account? $200? I mean, you know, Mitch is trading with the what? What is the student like a $2,700 account? I'm trading with like a $9,000 account. So, you know, those are pretty small considering the PDT rule. You need 25K, and I really consider anything under 25K to be small.
I'm liking Cat also. Might have to take 2 trades. Just keep an eye on this one. All right. I actually like that pullback there in square. Some volume came in here, guys, at 86 and 87s.
Yeah, I don't mind lift if it pulls back to 39.60. I'm kind of watching that. I was watching Kron and APHA. Both of those faded beautifully today, and I took AMD, the one that didn't really fade twice, which is just my mistake, you know. Like I said, we'll wait for lift, see if it pulls back there, and maybe we'll look for Kron to pull back. But I think two losing trades on the same stock. I got to take a 5 minute break and just kind of not really calm down, just kind of get the kind of uneasy feeling away. You know what I mean? That all
Hey,
traders
just
get.
following your rules. That's
Yeah,
what
man.
you're doing. Good work. At the end
Eh,
of the day, you have that rule that you don't want to continuously get in and out of stocks. So
right.
5 minutes is gonna do that for you. Then 5 minutes will do that for you.
Yep. Hey, appreciate the sub. Brother, welcome to the team, man. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button. We day trade live for free on YouTube every weekday morning. Again, we day trade the open, let you watch it. We have these beautiful scanners up so you can see what's moving while we're day trading. And so if you appreciate that, like I said, we don't really sell a course. We do everything for free. We upload all of our content for free. And so if you appreciate that, hit the subscribe button. Click the bell, turn on notifications. We go live every single weekday. Last time we missed the day was over a year ago. Today is Columbus Day. We're still here trading. So hit the subscribe button, team.
All right. Watching your AMD, see if it's going to swing above here, 2970s. I'll start pulling that 90 MA up there. It does have a high there in the 70s, 76. All right.
Yeah, the 240K is leverage, mostly,
All right, perfect. All right, so I'm seeing CRWD swing right back down here, guys. Want to see it hold the support here at 55.70s and swing back up there.
On the scanners, we got VNet, VNET. Man, that one's super volatile today. Oh, wait, let me throw you up since I'm out, and I'm not going to be trading for the next 5 minutes or so.
Yep, just looking around, guys, trying to see that crossover. Once again, with this strategy, I made it a little bit bigger with that 50. And the reason why I did that, guys, is I don't want to be taking 30 trades in a day. I want to find 2 or 3 stocks that are trending, and those are the ones that we want to attack in this moving average.
Thanksgiving.
Starting to see it in Square, guys. Square is looking like the one that's going to be tackled today. All right, there we go. We got a cross. Now we need to pull back to 6190s. Anything below 62s, I'm going to start taking some share size, guys.
Is it Canadian Thanksgiving? My stepdad's Canadian. I saw him post Happy Thanksgiving yesterday. Or it was like yesterday or the day before. He's getting older, so I assumed maybe he's just kind of out of it and doesn't realize it's not even Halloween yet. But when is Canada Thanksgiving?
Where's my OBS? Start recorder.
To my Canadian friends, y'all have some type of Thanksgiving, right? I can't remember what it's called. Jokes aside, I'm glad you're doing this for free, brother. Thanks for caring and being humble. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're here for. Like I said, listen, trust me. It's way easier to do it for free. It's way easier to do it for free. There's less pressure, right? If I was charging people, it would be very difficult to trade every day live because regardless of how good you are as a trader, if you have all that pressure on you, it's never going to help. And having hundreds of people here every morning watching us day trade, to be honest, it doesn't help. But
all right, guys, starter in there, 200 shares, looking to add shares at 6190s. Anything below 62 to 6190s will add shares here. Risk here is going to be 70s or 75 right here. It would be 75, the low right here of this candle.
Yeah, buddy. Can you go to the park today and catch Pokemon? Sure, buddy. We'll go to the park.
There you go. You got to go get your Pokemon.
Yeah, man. He discovered Pokemon Go.
Catch them all.
Yesterday, man. He's been all about it. He's been all about it.
Got to catch them all, man.
He's been all about it, man. Honestly, I have fun, dude. I
almost got to
pull
back to 90s there. Almost got to pull back to 90s there. Pulled back right there to 96. I was about to hit the extra add, but it popped there quickly to 62s.
Yeah.
Which is a good sign, but just wanted to get an add there. What I like is I've gotten sizing here, guys, at 87, 86, and 90s. So right here, all the sizing is right here on the bullish side, looking for the breakout.
Yeah, you guys are confusing me with this Canadian Thanksgiving. Is it Indigenous People Day or is it like Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving? I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. I'm still confused. I know, like I said, I know my stepdad. He's Canadian. Was saying Happy Thanksgiving the other day on Facebook.
Oh,
You want one of those?
Canada.
Yeah, you can have one of these.
Can I bring it upstairs with Maddie?
If your sister's in the room with you.
She's in the guest room.
She's in the guest room. Okay, well you gotta go in there with her if you're gonna eat this upstairs. Okay.
Okay. But I want to bring that whole thing.
No, you're not gonna bring the whole
Why?
box because you can have one. If not, it's too much sugar. Here. Yep, sugar. All right.
All right, guys. One that's also doing it is Cat, but I need it to keep going up a little bit more. I'm watching that one. I'll keep an eye on it. We're just going to worry about this one trade right now.
I'm waiting for maybe Kron to pull back.
All right. Want to see this green bar extend here, guys. That green bar extending is actually a great thing. That shows us volume getting into the stock. That shows us the expansion from this kind of histogram. We want to see it expand and start pushing up.
All right, so apparently, let me get this right. Today is Canadian Thanksgiving. June 21st is Indigenous People Day. I think I got it. Look at the fade on Lyft, man. That one's the one I should have took. Oh, you're in a stock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, square. Took the starter. The cross happened right here, guys.
Hey, appreciate the sub, Born. Welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate it, man. Like I said, guys, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. We do this for free live every weekday, breaking down strategies, trading the open live for free on YouTube. Click the bell, turn on notifications, hit the subscribe button, team. Like I said, let's try to get 75 likes in here today. We got 60. We need 15 more. So hit the like button, guys. You know, don't be rude. You come in here, hit the like button, you know. All right, we're gonna wait for CGC to get up there. We're gonna wait for Kron to get up there. What's everybody else watching?
Pullback area. Let the bid get to the 90s, and the ask, we're looking somewhere at the 92s, 93s. That's where I'm going to hit the ad.
MU's right at the VWAP, but with my fear is that if you look at the SPY, it's choppy, and MU's going to be choppy. I'm worried about too.
All right, guys. Looking to add some right here. Oh, that didn't help. Give me a second here, guys.
There you go.
My internet kind of gave out there for a second. Let's see if my things are back. Didn't give me that chance to add there, guys. My internet cut right when I wanted to hit the ad. That's so frustrating. It went right back to the number too.
Yeah.
I said 90s on the bid, 91s or 92s on the ask. That's exactly where it went to, guys. Oh, a little frustrating there, guys. Internet gave out on me. Can't do nothing about it. Frustrating for sure, to say the least. Now I can't add. Now I just gotta hold the position, guys. A little frustrating. That's why we're trying to practice this strategy based on execution, not based on the results, guys. I'm trying to get the execution correct. The execution was to add there, miss there. Gotta get better at it.
SPY just broke out of the daily highs. It's up to 296.30s. So SPY just broke out. We'll see if it runs up to 296.50 or so, but it just broke the daily highs. Kind of looks like an upward trending triangle, to a certain extent. Not the best, but didn't look bad for the SPY. Look at this, guys. Just to show you guys what I'm talking about here. Yeah, there it goes. Look at this. So we got the...
All right, guys, starting to get that push here to 62.10s. I'm going to look for that 62.20s and then look to close it there.
Look at that. Fuse right there.
I'm going to look for that 1-to-1 because this would be the 1-to-1.5 if I did get that add. So I'm just going to look for the 1-to-1, which is at 62.20s. All right, as soon as we get this push through 62.10s, I'll go ahead and I'll put the sell order out there, looking for it to close on the push versus me trying to get it on that kind of pullback. So one of the key things that we saw here, guys, is the extension of the 90 EMA push up that at least gave us the sign that we took the right signal trade here. It doesn't always mean that this trade's going to work out here, guys, but it at least gives us a sign that we did get that convergence, we did get that swing and change, and now we're looking for this trend line, downward trend line to hold.
Whoa. Look at APHA just get hammered there, man. Wow. Huge drop. Yeah, somebody said cannabis stocks are getting hammered. They are. They're just getting hit. I've been waiting for pullbacks to the VWAP so I could short them, but I just haven't gotten any since AMD, and I'm going to move on from the microchip stocks. It's following the market too much.
Market's going up there.
Yeah.
Starting to break out.
Oh, man. Figured it'd be a little bit of a dull day. I mean, I'm down $60, but that's that's such a small amount. I'm actually happy with that number because that means like the risk I gave myself was correct with 10 cents both times, or around 10 to 11 cents both times. So kept it pretty small. You know, ideally with fades, I want it to be like if I win 60 plus. If I lose, I win 30 or less, and that's kind of what I kept it at with 500 shares. So not bad. Do you find that this strategy isn't profitable in the long run? You make some and then lose some, but rarely does it involve huge gains. Also, taking very small moves and saying a few second delay made you lose the move sounds very risky. Why not look for an entry point with a larger pocket and then enter after confirmation? Are you talking about Mitch's strategy or my strategy, man? I can't say anything about my strategy or about Mitch's strategy. I know the VWAP fade in the long run has been profitable for me. I've maintained an accuracy rate over 50% for, years, or at least a year. And so, but with Mitch's, it's, I can't really say for certain. That's his, I see his strategy and I somewhat understand it, but I don't understand it to the full extent that he does.
Yeah, I think he was talking about the VWAP fade.
Well.
He's just saying that you're too short-termed.
I mean, like I said, I've maintained an accuracy rate over 50% for years.
I think it's just mentality. You're scalping more of the move now than getting the full range, and I think if you're scalping, doesn't really matter about time. You're looking for a short time. You're not looking to stay in the stock for a long time.
Right. I mean, I'm not trying to make huge gains. I'm trading when I trade VWAP strategies. I'm mostly just trying to take advantage of the range between the VWAP and the low of the day. Like that's really the range I'm attacking. And like I said, I mean, like if we look at my stats here, and this is my gross stats, so commissions do play a factor, and of course human error plays a factor in this. But like if we look at my trades over the long term, I mean, like I said, if I clear this out, and like I said, at Friday stream, I like uploaded all of these trades like on stream, so you know that I'm not like faking this. But 60 day, 90 day, I mean, this is almost all VWAP fades. So yeah, I mean, the long run it does work. It's just like I said, it doesn't. It depends on the errors I'm making are not from the strategy. Like the errors I'm making are more so. Just mistakes that I'm making with larger sizing, because like I've been in the process of scaling up for the last few months, and that's a tough process for me. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking profits way too soon, and it's being a lot more difficult. And then when like take Friday or last week for instance, like last week I had more winning trades than losing trades, but because I managed them poorly, again because I'm not fully used to the bigger sizing, it ended up being a losing week. Right, but in the long term, like if you look at my stats, the VWAP fade for sure is has an edge in the market. Like I said, you can look at my gross profit, like I just showed you, and see the edge there. It's just one of those strategies where you got to be consistent with your risk and your share size, and unfortunately, I just haven't been as I've been scaling up in size, so to speak, if that makes sense. And so it's just a process. Like I said, I'm not an expert or a guru. I'm recently scaling up in size, and that's going to cause a lot more motion than what generally would. And I'm going to be getting out of my position way too early. I'm going to be making some emotional errors on my end, and that's to be expected to a certain extent with anybody scaling up in size. Sure, I mean, I know people are going to say you shouldn't have any emotion when scaling up, but that's not realistic. You know, you're always going to have emotion when you scale up in size, and the whole point is to condition yourself to get used to it, not just never have it to begin with, because again, that's not a reasonable expectation, if that makes sense.
All right, guys, seeing this pullback to the 90 MA, going to go ahead and add right here. All right, there you go. Got the ad. Now I got 94 is going to risk 10 cents down. The risk is 75 cents, so it's almost a 20-cent risk. So we're looking for a 20-cent pop, at least up there to 62.15s. Looking for 62.20s. That's the resistance up there.
Yeah, I mean, but Craig, like I said, it has
All
to
right,
do with,
guys, going to keep an eye on it here.
like I said though, Craig, it has to do more so with me scaling up, you know? Like me scaling up in size is what it has to do with. Like generally I want to take profits at the low of the day, and I want to hold it to my risk level. My issue with the trade this morning was that I gave myself a risk level and then I got out over 50% early. And so it's like I gave myself a risk level and I just didn't follow it, was the issue. And again, this comes with scaling up in size and trader error on my end, so to speak, if that makes sense.
All right, guys, want to see this hold here. If it cracks down through, then we go ahead and we get out. We didn't get that extension crossover. The 20 is right there. So if we do get picked up and get back to the 61.90s, you could see this 20 break through the 50, giving us a really bullish sign, and we could probably get that move that we're looking for. So I'm just going to stick to the risk and reward here, and that's what really needs to happen, and continuously work on the execution of the strategy, not the worrying about the results. Can't be worried about losing money here. Just got to be worrying about executing the strategy over and over so that I can get better at it and better execute the strategy.
Right. It's like I said earlier, conditioning is what Mitch is probably focusing on the most this week. Mitch is trading a new strategy. He's going to try to condition himself to trade it the right way. And that's going to take a little bit of time. Very similar to me scaling up in size. Like it's been a month and a half or so since I really started to go with bigger sizing. And again, I think that I'm still in the process of conditioning myself to make the right decisions, and I'm still making mistakes. And so we'll see how long it takes for me to get it right, but it generally takes a little while.
All right, one to keep on watch, guys. AVYA starting to break out through the bearish pattern. I'd want to see the crossover happen at 1270s. Need to see big volume get in this stock, though. If there's not going to be big volume, there's no point in trading it. Also going to keep an eye on CRWD. It's holding that support really well. So if it swings back up, I definitely think that can do the same move.
Craig says, I totally understand the scaling up. My heart literally feels like it's about to explode when I go doing too big and it swings back on me. Yeah, for sure. I made the mistake of trading before I had a strategy, and that's the big thing, right? Like
claw
listen
me hands.
Yeah, man. Like, you should have seen when I first scaled up to 1,000 shares, man. I was so nervous and stressed out. But it worked out, and that's why, like, I'm still on that profit from the first time. But no, listen to what Craig says, because this is a good lesson for new traders. He said, I made the mistake of trading before I had a strategy, and that is super common. Before you have a niche in the market. That's what paper trading is for, is to find your niche, right? But if you just jump in and kind of trade what looks good based off of what a lot of the gurus or educators teach you, then you're almost always going to fail. Because you have to have a niche in the market. You have to have a niche, whatever you want to call it. You have to have your own personalized strategy that you're going to trade. And if you don't, you're going to be all over the place. You're going to be all over the place trading everything. You're going to get faked out on one, and you're going to, do what I did earlier, immediately jump back in another one. And I have a strategy. But again, it's going to be all over the place with your trading. And so you want to make sure you know your strategy, you know your niche before you get into trades, and that's a huge important factor that a lot of new traders just miss. Yeah, but Zimmy, see that honestly is just gonna not do anything. Like paper trading, you can try to emulate real money as much as you want with paper, but it's not going to be the same. And the whole point of scaling up is like, look, I have enough cushion on this account. I'm well into the profit. I'm like 550 into the profit. I have decent cushion on this account. But the whole point of scaling up is to condition myself to get used to the larger sizing, not with executing the trade, with my emotions. My emotions are going to make me jump out of these trades too early. And so paper trading with big size doesn't mean anything. It's just going to, of course, I'll hold paper trading to the right levels all day because I don't have that emotion in the trade. I don't care. It's fake money. But with real money like this, my emotion's way different, and I have to condition myself mentally to get used to that. Because if I don't, then I'm always going to be stressed out. And so the best thing I could do is just get used to the larger sizing. And again, that's a process. That takes time. It's not something I'm going to get used to immediately. And it's generally going to take a little bit for me to get used to the larger sizing. Eventually, I'll be comfortable with it because I'll be trading it every day. But until then, I'm probably going to make some errors. I'm probably going to jump out too early. I'm probably going to change my plan after I'm in the trade. And that's to be expected to a certain extent.
All right, traders. So what we're seeing here, guys, is a perfect explanation on why we made this our measurement of risk. So you see how the 9 EMA is starting to pull back to the 50. That's the danger spot. If that breaks down below the 50, we need to immediately get out. So now we're getting that pressure down. If we don't get this scoop right here, it's going to break, and then we got to get out. So the scoop has to happen here. The volume needs to get raised up here. We're getting some volume to go through at 71 and 77s, but it's looking like it doesn't want to hold. So the only thing we can do is just wait and see if we're going to get this swing right back up to the 81s. If not, we just get out.
Yeah, paper is good for finding your strategy, testing it, learning how to build a plan, like calculating risk reward and practicing that. Like that's what paper is good for. But for emulating a live account, I mean, you can emulate a real account as much as you want with paper, but once you transition to a live account, it's going to be completely different. It's going to be way different, and your emotions are going to be way different. And so that's what I'm saying. Like paper's good, but you can't rely too much on it because in the end, traders have to get used to real money. And even if you're buying 100 shares, I think that's necessary to a certain extent for you to get used to trading with real money.
All right, guys, this candle is a 5-minute candle, so the close would be at 10:25. We do not want it closing below the 50. We want it closing above the 50, showing us it's still in a bearish trend and reversal of the short pre-market pattern.
Here, pull your chart down a little bit there, Mitch, over the moon. You see the bottom right there?
This part?
No. You see the very bottom of your Thinkorswim chart. All the way down. Yeah, pull it below the moon so you can't really see the moon. And makes your chart a little bit larger. No. Go back, grab the edge of the Thinkorswim chart. Like, not the chart itself, the edge of the whole platform. At the very bottom. And just pull it down. Yeah, pull it down right there. There you go.
There you go.
A little bit more. Try to cover up that moon. My bad. Yeah, pull it. Keep pulling.
Yeah, this is the problem.
Oh, okay.
My multiple screens try to pick it up.
Okay, no, you're good. You're okay. You're fine.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I'll get it closer. There you go. That's a
fine.
little closer.
Yeah, that works.
It's just that the multiple screens pick it up.
Hey, I get it, man. I got the same problems.
That Windows life.
Yeah. AMD's pulling back underneath the VWAP. If it bounces back to 55, it's just built up so much resistance there that I could try it for like a really small risk of like 4 or 5 cents. I was looking at lift for that second fade and it just faded way too quick, but a pretty fade there nonetheless.
I like Gifford. I'm a paper god.
Right, exactly. Right.
I feel you on that one.
Right. Like, I'm Michael Jordan in the paper world, you know. I'll try to think of a good example.
All right, guys, getting towards that next candle. I don't want to see this next candle open up at 70, below 75s, really. I want to see it just click up, open up, and push right up. If not, we'll just get out. At least we got in on the crossover, and that's what matters.
Right.
Didn't get the best ad, maybe, but what the key is learning that this is the crossover here. We got the trend reversal. If it doesn't break out, it doesn't break out. The key here is taking the right entry, taking the right exit of risk, and at the same time, if we get back up here above the 62.10s and 15s, taking the right reward. So you see it open up below the 50. That's where we're really concerned here. 70s pop in there, immediate out. Concern is below the 50. Below the 50 is our bullish or bearish line. That's our indicator of either if the stock's going to remain bullish or bearish. Out. All right, guys, we got our stop out there. Stopped out as it broke down to there, and we need to step out as we got in the 50, below 50s. That's going to be our signal to get out. Below 50, open, and it pulled down. We're out. We'll look for the next crossover, see if we get another signal. We'll look at CRWD.
Yeah, I sent you a message on Discord. Raging on paper due to unsettled cash. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. The people think, like, people are all about these free commissions, right? People are all about these free commissions, but you're still not going to really be able to paper or day trade like actively unless you've got a huge account.
The SPY really killing that trade.
Yeah, that's what
went up to the resistance and just died out.
Yeah, somebody was like, "Oh, that stock is super bearish," but it's like not really. I mean, the SPY itself, like if you look at SQ and then you look at the SPY, they follow each other to a T, and so it's not that it was bearish; it's that the SPY reversed.
That's my idea.
Right.
I mean, the idea is the stock should be bearish. If not, then I'm not doing the right trade.
Right.
So, it's supposed to be a reverse trend trade, guys. This is not I'm going to stick with the stock that's been moving down for 10 days and trade it down again.
Right.
This is the stock's been moving down for 10 days, and now I'm seeing the trend change because it's going through the 50.
Right. And like I said, like it follows the SPY, and that's what I'm saying. Like the person that's like, "Oh, it's super bearish." It's like, yeah, it might be, but it's just following the market, like SQ. So it's like the SPY is choppy today, so it's like SQ's going up and then back down to the lows and then back up to the highs, and that's kind of what happens, you know. AMD's up here. I kind of want to trade it again. I don't know if I'm going to, but I kind of want to. Maybe I'll trade like a little position here with it. I'm also looking at Kron, but Kron's already faded so much today. Somebody else watched The Breakfast Club last night? Where's the Breakfast Club reference? True, but you can still make money if you have a $100 trade. You'll have to make 14% to break even, but now you can make money off of a 1% move on $100. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, there's definitely benefits. Like, listen, I think it's a good thing that commissions are free. I still think it's a good thing. Like, yeah, they're gonna find other ways to tax the consumer, but in the end, there's a few pros and there's a few cons and a lot of pros, right? Some of the cons, like we talked about, there's going to be more algos trading. There's going to be more algorithms trading. Because again, algorithms are going to be able to trade 100 shares for free, and they're going to be able to get in and out for free without burning through commission. So there's naturally going to be more algorithms in the market now, which might affect the market. There's also, there might be larger spreads from market makers too. But in the end, I think it's still probably a good thing, you know. I'm whistling. If you hear somebody whistling, it's probably me. I whistle just to lighten the mood, make it a cheery mood, you know. Gonna wait for APHA maybe. APHA I've been watching all day. Yeah, but right now we got like the SPY just chop, just up and down, and it's like I said, my biggest concern with today was the liquidity, because of the holiday. Kron, Kron's getting up there. Maybe I'll try it. I've had solid results with Kron. Kron is squeezing up there. Let me see. What's a reasonable share size to take? I could take 200 shares with Kron here. Small little position. Like I said, I'm just kind of taking a few little positions now. Maybe that's my error, though, with some of this. Yeah, there's the SPY squeezing up. Just chop, unfortunately. It was turning against him while he justified it with a biased outlook. We've all been guilty of it. Bitch's new strategy seems very low probability compared to the view of fate. I mean, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it's too early to tell, and I think that's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of Mitch trading it like this, is because Mitch is still kind of learning it, and you know.
I'm over here laughing because look, it doesn't work. This is what happens with YouTube trading. Most people want to make an opinion way too soon.
Right, it's too early, man. He's still testing it. He's still learning it. Like we don't, like I said, you might be right, but you also might be wrong, Elijah. Like we never know. Like that, Mitch isn't trading it huge. You know what I mean? Like let him. He's testing the strategy.
I mean, right here you can clearly see there's some. I have some correct idea here. You can clearly see it. The idea is there. We might have just gotten faked out.
But yeah, like I said, no stress either way. Like you can have your opinion about it. That's fine. You know.
just make sure that you at least give it a chance to do the move before you make an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got their opinion on everything. Like I said, I disagree with some other people's strategies, and that's okay too. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of how trading is. Sometimes I don't agree with other people's strategies, and sometimes I do. And so I don't want to attack Elijah for disagreeing with it. I think he's okay if he disagrees with it. He's not necessarily being super mean about it or rude about it. He just disagrees with it, which is okay. You know, it happens. I disagree with some strategies too. You know?
Yeah, I just disagree with this statement, but that's to each his own. All right, let's go looking around for a stock.
I like that, Sid. I think that makes sense. Yeah, I tried to fade Kron and CGC, but like I said, I might just jump out of here and keep like an $80 loss in the day, which is small compared to the bigger sizing, and just hang it up. I think if this Kron trade doesn't, oh, y'all can't see it. I'm in Kron. I traded these two very small because when trades aren't working out for me, I generally lower the share size. And so right now I lowered the share size. I'm in here with 200 shares of Kron. And like I said, if this trade doesn't work out, I'm just going to jump out of it. You know, keep it very light on the day and small. We'll see though. Let me see. We're right around. I mean, we're still got a little bit of ways until my risk. My risk is at like 66 on Kron. And so we still got some ways. I don't mind adding to it here, but I don't think I will just because of... just because of how the market has been with me today. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, everybody has different strategies, and that's the big thing. It's like, right, like sometimes, like just because if I disagree with the strategy, it doesn't mean it doesn't work, right? And vice versa. Just because I agree with the strategy doesn't mean it does work, and so it all depends. Everybody trades differently. Somebody else can make a strategy that I do terrible with. Somebody else can make it work. And vice versa. A strategy that I do great with, somebody else is going to hate. And I can hear comments like that all the time. Your strategy suck or whatever, and that's fine. But in the end, you know, the point is that you can't be super. You have to be broad with strategies, and you have to understand that certain people are going to make them work, and other people are going to lose with those strategies. And then, you know, with your strategies, sometimes other people are going to be losing with the ones you do well, and vice versa. And so everybody's different. Everybody has a different personality. Some people have better tolerance for patience and stuff like that. And some people have less patience and would be better suited for towards scalping. And so in the end, it all just depends on the type of personality that person has and whether it's viable for those strategies. And that's kind of how it goes. And that's okay. You know, point is that nothing's going to work with everybody, and everybody's going to be trading different. That's the beautiful thing about trading. Yeah, I'm pretty close to my risk level for CRO, and like I said, I'm just trying to keep it pretty small today. Less than $100 is small. I got to get back to bigger sizing, so you know, I think that if I lose less than $100 on a day, that's okay. And I also think that today's Columbus Day and that it's kind of dull. It's kind of going to be a dull day. And liquidity is going to be a little bit worse, and it might not be the best day to push, so to speak. CGC's up there. I'm already in Kron. We'll see. Remember, team, to hit that subscribe button. We day trade live on stream every weekday morning for free. Honestly, this has been probably one of the bigger slumps I've had in my trading. I think I've been down the last 3 or 4 days in a row, and so one of the bigger slumps. I'm still up over the last 30 days, but yeah, hasn't been a fun week or so in the market for me. But yeah, guys, hit the subscribe button if you want to watch us lose. Hit the subscribe button because I've been losing at least every day. Hit the subscribe button, team. Click the bell. Turn on notifications. You got to be able to laugh at yourself to a certain extent. But yeah, if you want to watch us day trade live, we do it for free every weekday morning on YouTube. So if you want to watch to see what it's actually like day trading the market, hit the subscribe button, click the bell. We go live every single weekday morning for free. We're not experts or gurus here. We generally just let people watch us day trade. Also, if you want to use the same platform as us, I'll post this link here. And, there's a lot of benefits to using the same platform we do. With TAFs, you get 14,000 in buying power once you're approved for the funded account program. It comes with a demo account to trade with, access to their chat room, plus the funded account program once you're approved. And that comes with 14,000 in buying power to trade with their base package. That's $399. There's no PDT rule, and you can actually short stocks on there. And so you can day trade and short stocks with no PDT rule. And it also allows you to really get your feet wet with trading without risking a ton of money. Again, it comes with a demo account, trading course, and access to their chat room. And I think that bundle makes a ton of sense for new traders. Because again, I think most of the time, new traders are going to save up and deposit thousands into a conventional platform. And let's be real here, most of the time they're going to lose that. This is a much cheaper way. You can spend $399. You can get access to their course, chat room, and a demo account for a few weeks. And it comes with, almost everybody's approved for the funded account program. And again, it operates like a prop firm. So there's a 70-30 split, and there's no PDT rule, but there is a max loss of $700. And so if you go under, like I said, it comes with 14K in buying power. And if you go under 13,300, they close you down. And there's a 70-30 split. But again, you're spending $399 for that, and so you're getting almost twice as much in max loss. And so the risk reward is solid, and I think it makes a lot of sense risk reward wise. So here's the link. You want to check that out? There's the link. Great way to help support our channel as well. We do make a commission if you sign up through us, and so it's a great way to help support us, especially considering we do everything for free. Yeah, I think so as well, Heath. I think
in the long run, at the end of the day, it's like we said, guys, this is a strategy that I'm trying to execute to its top. We could clearly see that Square did bounce there. So the strategy is not insane. It just didn't work out this one time, got faked out. We're going to continue trying it and see on a bigger sample size if this strategy is viable live.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's Mish's first week trading it, and so
the sample size needs to be bigger, guys.
Right, for sure. It's a little too early to judge it. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like, all we can do is trade it. I'm sure Mitch isn't super married to this strategy. In the end, it's the first week of him trading it, so we just got to see how it goes. That's the reasonable way to approach it. And yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing. Well, yeah, we got to do story time today, team. We do have to do story time.
Starting to get the swing back in the market. Let's see if we can get a market move here. I'm expecting the market to eventually get above 300 with the good news that we got. So let's see if we can get a spike.
It's best to reach out to them and ask them, but I'm pretty sure people outside the U.S. can use it. I know I've had a lot of people in like Canada and Denmark that signed up and get it. Somebody asked, do you get your money back if they don't approve you? I'm pretty sure you can get a refund on everything all the way up to once you make your first trade on the funded account program, I'm pretty sure you can get a refund up to that point. I'm not 100% sure though, because I've never gotten a refund through them. I've never needed one. So it's probably best to reach out to them and ask them, but I'm pretty sure that they'll give you a refund all the way up. Like if you make one trade on the funded account, then they won't give you a refund, right? And so I'm pretty sure all the way up until that point, you can get a refund. And so, yeah, I would assume if they don't approve you, you could. But again, it's best to reach out to them and ask them because I'm not 100% either way.
Let's see if this can come back. Philip asking, does anyone play trend lines? Yeah, definitely. On the long side, my 3 rule, I would have to use trend lines. So if you want to check out that, we do have a bull flags class. The bull flags class would talk about trend lines, talk about resistance tries, talk about kind of the rule that I made to determine when it's okay to see kind of that entry for longs, especially when you're seeing them touch trend lines multiple times.
Yeah.
I created what's called the rule of three. This is something that I just saw over time in and time out happen on flag patterns and flag pennants. So if you want to go ahead and check out that class, we can put it up in the chat. Let me find it.
SPY back up. Yeah, SPY's been slightly bullish on the day, but it's just choppy. It's crossing over and under the VWAP. It's maintaining somewhat of a bullish trend, and it's looking kind of strong, but overall it's still very choppy, very sideways.
Let's find the bull flag class. Found the bear side of it. Let's find the long side. There you go.
I'm going to get out of Cron here. It's just moving too slow, and I'm just going to keep my loss small on the day.
Yeah, it's one of those slower days.
Yeah.
I think we might have more afternoon trading, but definitely the open was more of a consolidated open.
Yeah, for sure. You think I'll throw you up just in case you do trade anything else. I'm gonna put mine up. I don't want to trade anymore today.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of those days. All right, so I put up that class, that bull flag class. If you want to take a look at it, that's kind of where I talk more about trend lines. If you want to take a look at that.
Yeah, it's a good class. I like that class too.
Yeah, it has a lot of kind of taken trades on demand, so you can see the trend lines. All right, starting to get that sweep up for CRWD. Need to see it build here, guys. The breakouts through that 5760s.
Yeah, I look at CGC going into VWAP, but again, it's kind of like, I think we're getting the market squeeze up, and CGC and Cron have all faded multiple times, and that's why I ended up getting out of Cron right there, and I was able to get out before that squeeze up, luckily, because again, they faded so much already, and the market being up, we'll see what happens, but I'm not in love with any of them, Maybe I'll trade again, we'll see. I'm not going to say I absolutely won't, because you guys know me. I really don't mind trading off the stream sometimes, but in the end, I want to be finished on the day. I don't want to take any big risk, especially if like CGC breaks this high right here. There's no way I'm going to trade that, but we'll see.
All right, guys, have a little bit longer to trade today, guys. I'm off, so I'm going to be sticking around looking to try to attack another one of these crosses. Seeing right now MU push up there. Want to see the level of volume increase here. We do have a micro pattern here, micro short pattern that tried to squeeze out, tried to break out, then tried to break down to the support. Would want to see it break out above 4505s. The crossover happened there.
Try to get my screen away from yours so people can see it. There we go. I guess I could put it right here. There we go.
Okay, John, I think you could better explain this one. We got a question from Heath here. Is Tef's TradeNet?
So Tef's is their partnering platform and broker, but I don't think they're the same. I don't know. I know TradeNet packages are like an educational service, and then Tef's is the funded account that you get through them.
No, it's the platform,
right?
That they use. So a majority of brokers don't have their own platform. They go and they pay somebody else to use platforms. Like let's say SureTrader, for instance. SureTrader pays DOS, and DOS is the platform that they use to trade.
Right.
Okay, and so a lot of brokers are going to do that. There's not many brokers that have created their own platforms or use their own. Yeah, Sid, if you look a little deeper, you might be able to find who's the owner of Tefts. Just watching MU guys, see if this is gonna happen here. We're getting the push up there. Got to see the market just start getting some ramp up. That's gonna help.
I'm still watching CGC, but I'm gonna try to be patient with it.
I kind of don't want to pay attention to it, guys, because it's just gonna create a kind of FOMO for me. But the square move is still holding really well. Just got to stop pulling it up on a chart. Just going to pay attention to other stocks. So hopefully I can review my trade in there and see where I went wrong in the execution of the trade. Because at least so far, the trade's played out.
Roku's kind of bouncing up to the VWAP. That one doesn't look terrible either. SES, yeah, I know a lot of people are talking about SES. This is why I kind of wanted to trade some penny stocks lately, just because stocks like SES just going crazy, look solid. Yeah, I see that. I see it. It's going crazy for sure. I mean, it looks strong, and this is one that's interesting. This might be the next kind of big parabolic mover that goes crazy, or it could just fail here. You know, you never really know, but it doesn't look bad. That's for sure.
Yeah,
you know?
to me, it looks like guys, as this is setting up on what we call the ABCD pattern.
Right.
If you guys don't know what that is, you guys can look it up. But the ABCD pattern is 3 ramp ups, failed on the D ramp up. That's what I would look for. You got a A ramp up in pre-market, a B ramp up after the pre-market, a red to green move. Then you got another flag so that you can look for an A move, a B move. This is the C move. I think you might get one more ramp and then a failure in this stock. But definitely this stock is getting some strength every time it pulls back to the support. So that's what you want to see, the bag buyers at the support.
Yeah.
And this one did the crossover, guys.
Which one?
SES.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
I could show you it here.
yeah, just
Pull it up on my screen so you guys can see it.
unfortunately, we just didn't have the liquidity to trade it.
Yeah, we just can't trade that stock. But you look at the MACD. This is the kind of stock that we're trying to get into, a trending stock that trends and then breaks out. This is not a reversal, so it doesn't work as good, but it would work on the 1 minute. It's just that I'm using the 5 minute here. Look at the crossover on the 1 minute. Right there, crossed over after a short pattern. Look at the short pattern right here. This is the short pattern right here, the micro.
I'm telling you, I used to have pretty good results with the moving average scalp.
Crossover here. Crossed over and then broke away.
Going on a
So the
vacation.
trade is there, guys. Just got to learn how to execute it.
Gamer says he's going on vacation with his SES paper money. Left filling the gap above the VWAP.
I like that I'm able to at least see it on that trade. So
Yeah, it's still early, so you're gonna learn the best way to trade it and how to trade it, when to trade it, the best stocks to trade it. That all comes with time, you know.
yeah, it's a lot about what we call micro macro moves, guys. So we're looking for micro reverses to the macro move.
Yep.
So that reversal, a lot of times we get what we call a short time trend trade, and then there's a longer term trend trade in that one trade. This is why traders use multiple time frames.
Yep. 100%.
Philip, I've heard of the 12 and the 9. That's the original of the Mac.
Yeah, I've heard that
The
one too.
MACD original would be a 9, 12, and then a 30. So I'm using a little bit deeper cuts. I'm using the 9, 20, and 50. Reason why I want that is that I want it to be that 50 to really determine bearish or bullish for me. At a 30, it'll just be closer to the trend, closer to that 9, closer to whatever median trend that you have. And so this helps me separate trend.
Appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome to the team, man. Like I said, team, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every single weekday morning on YouTube. You want to watch us day trade live? You want to see what it's actually like for free? Come watch us trade every weekday morning on YouTube at the open. We attack the open live, showing you what it's actually like day trading the market. And so, again, hit the subscribe button, click the bell. Even if you dislike us, we might lose, and you don't want to miss that either. And so hit the subscribe button, team.
So if you look at the 1 minute, you would see a crossover on CGC, but I'm looking at more on a 5 minute. It would need to pass 19. So it's still in a bearish trend for me, as long as it doesn't pass 19.
Yeah, Kron ripped up, which is why I'm glad I got out of it. I got out at a bunch of cents early. So that's good.
See, here was a crossover. It's the kind of move we're trying to get.
Yeah, SES just ripped up today, man.
Watch out, little Hendrix. All right.
What?
I want to make some food, okay?
Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna go. My kids are home from school today. I gotta go hang out with them some. So I'll leave the stream up, and Mitch, just text me once you're done, brother. And I'll see you all a little bit later. But yeah, my kids are home from school today for the holidays, so I gotta go kind of take care of them a little bit. So, like I said, guys, hit the subscribe button. You want to use our platform? I'll post this link one more time here, and you can use the same platform that we do. Again, I think there's a lot of benefits, regardless how you feel about TradeNet. I think there's a lot of benefits to using them. Specifically, you can day trade with no PDT rule. You can actually short stocks. It comes with a demo account to trade with for a few weeks, access to their chat room, and again, almost everybody's approved for the funded account program, and I think that makes a ton of sense. And so I'll post this link here if you want to check them out. Hey, Tyrell, nice work, brother. Up $2,000. Look at that, man. Tyrell killing it over there, brother. Hey, man, it's been a long road, brother. Congrats, man. Happy for you, bro. Happy for you, brother. Um, yeah, man, don't give it back, bro. Just hang in there, man. Just hang out. You know, like that's what I would do. That's what I would suggest. It's just to chill, man, because that's a huge gain. Incredible job, brother. Keep it up, and yeah, guys. Like I said, I'll hit you up a little bit later, team. Just let me know once you're done, Mitch. And
Yep.
later,
Looks
guys.
like we're gonna get a trade here in cat. So let's see what happens here. All right, guys. So we started to get that crossover here, guys. Let me draw a resistance line here. All right, guys. We need to see a pullback here to the 127.20s. We could risk right off of the 127 mark. So let's see what happens on this pullback. See if we can get a pullback to buy in this area. And then we can look for an extension out to the resistance, 127.68. Also looking at DAL, which is Delta Airlines. Want to see that increase. All right, guys, just really quickly here, guys. Just want to show you guys Square. You know, I didn't get it today, guys, but did it make the move? Did it make the crossover? I mean, you guys tell me. You guys seeing this? The trade, it exists. I just got stopped out right here, guys. Right here, I got stopped out, but as you can see, this one extended past towards the resistance, towards the breakout, and towards where we could have got our profit. Do you guys see the trade there? So one of the key things is we want to get in on this crossover. Should have got in near this 90 as original entry, and then we could have had risk here on 70, not gotten wicked out right here and held towards the breakout there. But that's just how it is. We kind of got stopped out. Maybe a bad entry here at 62, original entry, and then 90s brought us to 95s. We should be more closer towards that 90, maybe taking even trades down here in this area. This is where our entry area should be so that we can risk down here and get that 1-to-1 return. But the trade was definitely there, just didn't execute it to my best advantage here. Okay, Craig, that could be trading with too big of size. There's two things that really could be happening, Craig. Craig's saying, do you think that that stop loss is haunting? If I find that a lot of trades go below a stop loss value and then rip in the other direction, that means that we're being a little too tight on the stop loss. We're not using it at the true support. And so sometimes if you do put a stop loss exactly at a support or resistance, you get what's called a wick past. And that's what we got here, guys. It wicked past 70 and just went down there. The low here was 61.69. And so it just cracked 70. If we would have held towards that, we would have been able to see the close is actually above here. The close is 61.88. And so we got this candle to close all the way up here, giving us that swing of transition. This is why you got to give yourself a little bit more risk and probably smaller share size. Uh, when we take these trades from here on out, we're going to try to lower the share size a little bit more so I can give myself a little bit more deeper measurement of risk here and could risk a little bit lower here and get down to maybe this low, which is 69. Yep. Seeing some crosses starting to happen for sure, guys. You could look at AMD. AMD starting to do the breakout through the pattern. The resistance is right here. So this is what we want to see it break out of. And then the 9 cross the 50. Okay, guys? So that's one we're going to keep an eye on. All right, here goes another one that we can take here. Cat. I actually like where it is now. We'd like to see it cross there, but it's not crossing. So we're going to take an eye off of that one. That one's a little bit too tight there. It's crossing on the 1 minute, not crossing on the 5. I don't want to take trades off the 1 minute. Would rather take a trade off the 5. All right, guys, expecting a pullback here in AMD. I'm going to see it pull back, break out. So this is what I call, guys, a micro move. Micro move was that bearish move. Now it's holding the support of this 29.65, and we could potentially get this move up here to 29.93, 30s, and get this longer trending trend line to hold. All right, guys, so you guys see me building out the trade here, looking at deeper and deeper time frames to understand where the hold is in the stock, where the bullish breakout should be, which is through the 29.80s here, and the crossover happening there, making a move towards 30. Yeah, I like that, Daniels. But what I noticed is that was on a 1 minute, not the 5 minute. The crossover is there, but on a 1 minute. Too micro pattern for me. All right, let's get this stock. Start watching. Get my order ready here. Order form starting to get ready here. I'm gonna probably trade this with a little smaller share size so I can give myself some room here. OSTK really ripping out there too. Might see the crossover happen also in MU. There you go. There's a little push there. Mad volume, guys. Mad volume there. Let's look for an entry here. Now we got the crossover. I need a pull back here to 76 area, and then I can risk off the 66 area. I think the big thing here is if the spot can hold this 296 and make a breakout towards 297. Look at that extension we're starting to get here, guys. Crossover here. So let's at least draw out the crossover, see if we get a pullback entry here. If we get a pullback entry, we'll take it. Trying to draw out the crossover here. All right, there you go, guys. That's the crossover. Now we need a pullback in this area to get in here. Maybe the next candle comes back halfway, 76, 74s, and we can get an entry. Don't want to go ahead and chase it. I'm trying to get the proper entry. This is what I did last time. I chased it up here, got in way too early, didn't let it pull back, so give me a good pullback entry. I've gotten the cross. I needed to continue ramping. And that's what we're seeing here on the histogram. So let's see a pullback here, and then we can get an entry. All right, guys, we're getting the extension. We're missing the pullback here to get in here. But if it just breaks out, then maybe we missed our entry, but we're not going to chase. Still trying to figure this strategy out correctly and how to execute it live. So it should get a pullback in this area. It's definitely started to see the bulls come in here on that one candle. You saw how the volume increased. That's what we want to see now. We want to see a decrease of volume pull back, decrease of volume, make the pullback happen, and then another ramp up, another increasing of volume as this stock breaks out. Let's look for a pullback here in the 70s. All right, guys, seeing that pullback there, wanted to crack these 77s, get closer towards the 70. Volume is increasing in this though. Need to see a pullback here. What I like is that we saw 10,000 shares get in there at 78, and a whole bunch of volume follow. Might have to take the shot here as it's not wanting to pull back to these 70s, but really not trying to do what I did on the last trade, which was take it right here at the resistance and then watch it pull back to the 9 and then take some more. I would much rather prefer it pull back to the 9 here and then break out. I'm saying the 70s for 2970s AMD. Sorry about that. Maybe my commentary was off there. There you go. That should help you guys see a little better. So what's going on, traders? How we doing out there? Who's in a trade? Who's had a good day? Let me know. All right, guys, getting this pullback here, almost towards entry. Got down to C2 there. That was the low. Looking for 70s. Might not get it, guys. Might get a little picky here. That might be what it is. I'm looking for at least 75. Yeah, that's a good idea there, daily. What you're seeing is the daily swing there to the high, and that's actually kind of the move here. Because if it comes to that 295s, they'll get up to this resistance, and then the next resistance has 3020s. All right, guys, just gonna keep an eye on it. If I missed entry, so be it. Might have been a little bit picky there. Trying my best to figure out the best entry here. This is a brand new strategy, so you know might not always be on top of my execution, and the only thing that I can do is try to get continuous conditions here, and that'd be a pullback here in this area. It keeps holding the resistance, which is an actual positive sign. It's creating a new support here. I'm looking for a pullback in this area so that I can go ahead and get long and have the best risk to reward, which is down here. But the stock definitely did break out through. We had the crossover, continuously held, and now we're getting the 20 to cross over the 50, showing us another bullish sign here, guys. Yep, I think I'm used kind of in that same pattern there, guys. That same kind of pattern. Yeah, I say if it breaks that 45.05s, but I could see why you're saying 45.10s, just a little higher than that. All right, guys, this is going to be the pullback that I'm looking for, guys. At least 29.72s. There's MU with a little push there to 45.07s. All right, let's see if the SPY can keep holding VWAP and 296. SES holding there, long bullish candle. Low there is 1230s. This thing is a rocket. I wonder what the spread is in this one. Holy moly. Sid, that would be my attack if I was shorting. But I'm not shorting on this one. If I'm looking for this one, it would be a long. But I do agree why you're seeing that those numbers. Why you're picking 29.30s and 29.40s, that would be the drop down. If this fails, it'll probably fail down to this low again. Not wanting to break that resistance there. That prior resistance was a support. Think we might get a breakout here, but it didn't pull back to where I wanted it, guys. I wanted it at least back here to the 9 EMA. Never pulled back to the 9, just kept holding. Might break out and we might have missed the trade. But if we miss the trade, I think it's going to be better to miss the trade and just watch it, understand it, learn from it. And that's what I'm trying to do here, guys. It's okay, Sid. Normally I would be. That's why there's always two sides to the trade. That's why it's important to understand the bullish view and the short view. Hey, Tyrell. Great job today, Tyrell. Everybody give Tyrell some props. Breaking $2,000 in profits today. An amazing day. Tyrell, definitely great trading day. You said you're done for the day, sitting on your hands, just watching the market. Sounds good, man. One of the best things I can recommend is if you had a great day, it's more than fine to just leave the market. We have to have kind of that Conor McGregor look towards things, that you're really not here to just stay around. You're here to do your business, get in, get out. If you made your money, get out. That's what I recommend. It's nothing against you. I want you sticking around as long as you want. But at the end of the day, I can always say, at least from my experience, and that's what we try to teach you here at Beginner Trading, guys, is just teach you from experience. We're not really trying to be gurus. We're not trying to be perfect or say that we're perfect, but just trying to merely tell you guys how you guys can trade with a system and kind of attack that system every day. There you go. The flip of the trade, Sid. Good job in understanding what would be targets here. First resistance would be up here at 30. I could see that 30 getting hit. And then the second one would be, like you said, 30.20. Definitely didn't get my entry there on these pullbacks here. Maybe got too picky, wanted 70. It came down to 72s, 75s. This is probably where the entry should have been and risk off of 65. Getting a little tight here as we had a loss. Maybe that affected it. And that's why we need to go smaller sizing. And that's what we'll try to do tomorrow to get better at this strategy is to go with smaller sizing so that we can execute there at that price point. It's looking interesting here. The OSTK. We'll keep an eye on this one, guys. OSTK also. Philip, don't stress it too much, man. That is a very, very tough stock to trade. Even if you do well in this stock, this isn't always going to be the easiest trade. Uh, Definitely looked like it was holding support there in the 11.94s and $12 area, but your risk needed to be all the way down to 11.22. So that's the one thing that I will let you guys know is uh, that support there at 11.77 could have not held, and it could have just broke through that. So it's a dangerous trade, one that you have to understand your risk and hold to your measurements. Same way you have to be with all your rules in this kind of trade because it's a very, very high risk trade. SES, definitely dangerous, but could be one that's traded. Definitely one that a lot of traders have attention on today. Choppy day so far. Choppy day. Just reading some news here, guys. Tesla having a good day. Let's take a look. See if we can see the pattern in there. So the breakout pattern here. But it was right at the open. Difficult to trade there. That's the crossover right here. Tesla's definitely a difficult one to trade, but when it trades, it trades really well. So guys, looks like we did miss the crossover there in AMD and entries there in 72s. Just got to let this one go now, guys. And just take it as one that I need to review the video so that I can understand that that's the entry that needs to happen here. I'm going to draw an arrow here, guys. Well, actually, let's do this one and let's do a large. All right, guys. So let's understand the trade here, guys. All right, guys. So when we saw this crossover happen here at 29.65s, this is when we want to go ahead and see that big breakout candle happen. And as that breakout candle happens, as it breaks out through that 80, we need to buy the pullback. The pullback here came towards the 71s and 72s. And so this is where we should be looking for entry, maybe looking for a double tap, which we got here at 79, 72s, and then looking for at least a 1-to-1 risk here. So if we held 10 cents down below towards the 62s, that would be the risk, 10 cents, and at least get a return of 82, which is the top of that breakout. That's a good measurement of risk and reward. And then we could take a breakout towards the resistance. The resistance here is at a minimum of 29.95. I think it's going to get up there to the 30s and then 30.20s. So definitely the risk and reward is there, and we can take this kind of trade. We saw the convergence. We saw a short pattern, pre-market short pattern, turn and flip here in this area. There was a turnover and the explosion out, holding, creating a new support at this 29.76, and then breaking out after that. So the trade is there, guys. The trade is viable. Just got to continue nailing it and figuring out how to best nail this trade. And that's the important part so that we can get to the reap the benefits of this strategy there. It's not going to be perfect every day, but I'm going to get better at executing it every single day. And I definitely see the strategy there as we see the flip here and we see the breakout happen there. So the trade was there, didn't get the entry, not going to chase it, and just going to let the trade. All right, traders. All right, traders, that's probably going to do it for me, guys. Definitely don't forget, guys, if you guys want to trade with a solid quality platform that John and I trade with, check out TradeNet. TradeNet gives you the offering of great buying power for very small amount. You can get a intro account for as small as 350 on a discount. Don't know if the 350 is still standing, but this is a great way to go ahead and test your skills live. One of the things I always say, guys, is we can all trade in paper, but we really need to learn how to trade live and control the emotions. Learn how to take trades like this is how you really get to that level. I can trade my strategy in practice and paper, which I did over the weekend and practiced it over and over. But at the end of the day, guys, what really matters is executing the trade live, and that's what I'm trying to practice here. That's what I'm using TEFs for. That's what I'm using TradeNet here, guys. I'm using a low commission platform, giving me an ability to go ahead and take trades like this and figure out this strategy. As I work it out every single day, you guys will see me win or lose on the strategy. Today we have a loss, but if we go ahead and review that trade, we can go ahead and see that it was a positive trade. Just got stopped out just barely there in SQ. We could pull up SQ's chart. We see that downtrend that we need to see. We see that breakout here. We got in there just a little bit too high. Got in on this breakout. Got a little antsy here, getting in there at 62s when we could have got in here on this pullback and tried to get in here at the 90s and 85s, giving us an ability to hold below this 69 breakdown, and we could have got this scoop right up there to 62.24, which was our goal. Our goal was to get it up there to the resistance, and that's where it broke out to. So just got to continue working on it, guys. Yes, yes, daily. So what we got is a micro breakdown, but the macro was long. And that's why I liked AMD, because we got a micro move breakdown daily swinger, and then we got the breakout to happen here. And that's always going to be stronger because the stock itself has been moving more bullish than it is been moving bearish. And micro patterns don't hold as long as the bigger time trend pattern, which was a bullish set there. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. Not really seeing anything else right now, and just going to call it a quits as I missed the trade in AMD. But that's how it goes sometimes. Can't get upset. Working a new strategy out here. It's not always going to be perfect, but the trade is definitely there. So let you guys see this AMD trade again, and then we'll probably go ahead and get on out of here. All right, guys, before we close up, if you guys see these scanners on the left-hand side of the screen, you're going to see scanners, daily high, massive volume, high of the day momentum scanner. We have a VWAP phase scanner and an up on the 5-minute chart scanner there on the left. Those are brought to you by Trade Ideas. Definitely check these guys out. These are the fastest alert system out there. At least I think they're the most kind of the best out there really, and speed wise for alerts and scanners. There's many alerts and scanners out there, but not many that will give you access and easy kind of programming like Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas lets you set up scanners and alerts for all different types of strategies. I'm actually going to be working on a alert system for this crossover over the next couple of days in Trade Ideas so that we can have an alert system for this pattern. Okay. And if you guys want to check it out, definitely check that out. We have a discount link there in our description, and you guys can check it out. All right, guys, definitely check out the video that I put out, guys, over the weekend explaining this strategy so you guys can see why I'm trading this and how I'm going to continue attacking this strategy. We'll probably be closing up in the next minute or two here, but I'll put up the video here, guys, if you guys want to go ahead and take a look at that video. It's definitely a great video, a good watch. Not too long, guys. Only about what we got it at 13 minutes long. So take a look at it, guys. Make comments whether you like the strategy or not. And if you had some opinions, I don't care if they're positive or negative. I want to hear it. Go ahead and put it in the comments, guys, and let me know what you guys think. All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. Like always, guys, beginner in, beginner out, guys.